the engine that it is because it's just so unstable.
So what you're saying is you can't play without the boobs, right?
Can't play without the sexy mods, no.
You gotta have. No, you gotta. You gotta.
I mean, it's a requirement. It's how the game is played.
Yeah. So get a look at the
sexy mods.
get a look at the banner before I decide to switch over to the games, which won't be immediately, but
Let's take a look at this.
it's basically how I feel about California right now.
Fuck the sun. I've been told it's apparently very hot there.
I'll describe it in a way that you'll probably understand. I walk outside, it feels like the force field from a Battle Royale game just whacked me in the face with heat.
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate, because it seems like it is hotter than Satan's asshole right now.
So are you sure you want to come here?
Considering your air is still cleaner than Ohio by a large margin, yes.
Alright, just warning you, man.
I will trade dirty, disgusting air for clean, breathable air every day of the week.
Alright, alright.
But that's me. Now, if that sounds crazy to you.
No, I can understand. I'm just saying.
Well, you guys don't have as nearly as much humidity as there is on this side.
Oh, we have barely any.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. That's a huge difference because you're 103. To you may seem hot. To
But
me,
at least, yeah, at least you can get into shade and feel the coolness here.
Yeah, here, there is no shit. There's nowhere is safe outside. Nowhere is safe. It is all hellscape.
Yeah, so all of us over here in California just like, hey, sun, get ready for a bullet.
You guys are like, fuck the sun, it's too hot.
Shoot
and
the sun.
I'd be walking around like, dude, what are you guys complaining
No,
about?
you would complain. Trust me. I don't care how clean the air is here. You would still complain.
I would probably complain.
Like
104 on the Vegas Strip was one thing, but 113 is a different story. That 10 degrees makes a difference.
Yeah, let's just say we're gonna be spending a lot of money on air conditioning.
Hey, that's okay. I spend a lot of money on air conditioning here in Ohio because if I turn it off, I'll probably suffocate. And
I'd rather it be for a reason that isn't because you might actually die.
Yeah, see, unfortunately here in Ohio, turning it off does mean potential death.
Yeah.
Dude, the air is so bad here. I had to spend $50 at work on a fucking air purifier.
Wow.
And I haven't turned it off in 3 days. And I don't leave my room or open the door and have this light to not have clogged sinuses ever. It is like it is the greatest thing ever.
I'm just sitting here like, why is he kind of stuttering a bit? I'm like, oh, let me just unplug that LAN cable for a minute. There we go. Disconnected my PS4 from the internet.
Makes sense. I'm eating the all internet. I'm eating the everything.
Oh, you know, yeah, I tried looking for games that wouldn't require me to have an internet connection. So.
Yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of basically going through all my Skyrim mods and getting the ones that aren't sexy mods, and then just installing the ones that aren't and adding them to my list of shit that gets installed into Skyrim Special Edition. Finally make that transition to the not shitty game engine, or not as shitty game engine that is Todd Howard's money grab. Which I still find funny that...
No, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. That's on the docket.
I still found that funny. Are we just waiting for Drew? Is that what we're sitting here doing?
Yeah, I mean, I've started streaming, but...
Oh, okay. I mean, I know we're live, but I figured we were just bullshitting while we're waiting.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I've started to put in, like, starter conversations for when we're waiting for Drew, and the one that I have right now is... I figured out where the most ridiculous place to order food from is.
What's that?
Taco Bell.
Why would you do that?
You go up to the drive-thru and you go, "Yes, I would like a Naked Mild Chicken Chalupa Deluxe Extreme Box Party Edition."
That's a thing.
No, but I kind it's not exactly far from truth though.
I mean, taco. I basically tell people all the time I don't eat Taco Bell because I don't hate myself.
Some things I don't splurge when I just like get one thing there because
Honestly,
sometimes I'm just looking for something to eat.
even places like Steak and Shake have become a steak and shit to me. Because all right, I
You
can
will
eat
love In-N-Out.
myself
You
in
will
an
love
hour.
In-N-Out.
Probably hate myself after eating it though.
No, it makes you feel good.
I don't know. I eat fast food and I shit my pants immediately.
Why do you think that happens?
Because it's bad for you.
I don't know. In-N-Out's somewhat better. Like everything is prepared fresh there, so kind of like Wendy's.
Maybe it might be alright. Because Wendy's doesn't make me shit my pants.
Yeah, and In-N-Out's just kind of the same thing, except Californian.
Except California. I mean, once again, I still fail to see why is it bad to live on the West Coast? What's the drawback? What's the downside?
I guess it just started in California, and it's a business where like one person, it's like an individually owned kind of thing. So there's not the same company doesn't own every restaurant like McDonald's.
Well, no, I mean, what's the drawback to living out there? Is there a... Is there
Um, I mean it's not a lot of like green where I live.
I mean, I don't care about green.
Um, I could say the illegal immigration.
We have that here. It's everywhere. Isn't
It's
everywhere.
more it's worse over here
mean,
because
you
we
go
have
around
we
the
have sanctuary cities.
See, you have a small differential, but I'm used to that kind of stuff in New York because they get to Canada and they come in from the north side.
Hmm.
That happens there too. Canadians aren't illegally immigrating. They don't really care.
There's like
Most
there was
Canadians come down to shop and go back home.
there was one case here where like an illegal immigrant shot a young woman and his excuse was the shittiest I've ever heard and I can't believe people still believe him. I just found the gun and I picked it up and it went off.
That's a pretty shitty excuse.
Yeah, and he got let go. So, and the thing is he was deported 5 times before this happened for drug dealing.
I feel like there may be something we need to work on.
Yeah.
I don't know if a wall is quite the option I'm explaining here. I don't think that'll work. It didn't work too well in China, considering... Has anyone seen that wall recently? It was never maintained and it never really did a good job. Genghis Khan still made it in, and then conquered China for a while.
You know there's like a lot of people related to Genghis Khan.
Literally 1 in 7 people, I'm pretty sure, are...
But what, does that include white people?
Yes, that's on the entire planet.
Okay, I just want like... Okay, so... I might be related to him, but I'm probably not.
Yeah, I might be related to the greatest warlord in fucking known human history.
I'm probably not because I don't have like any of that in me.
I have Asian DNA because of where my family's from originally, so there is a chance that I am related.
There's a
to
chance. I am 100% white.
Well, where is your family from?
Let's see. Well, apparently my mother's family came over on the Mayflower.
Oh, okay, so they're like super English.
Super English. And my father's family came over to Ellis Island.
From where?
I don't know if it was like Italy, Ireland, or Germany. I'm not even German. Why would I say Germany? It was either Italy or Ireland. I think it might have been Italy or Switzerland actually. Because I think I did remember doing a report on my great grandfather who was a man from Switzerland. So. But yeah, there's like. I'm Romanian, which might count because gypsies, but you know.
It'd be a very low chance for you to be related to Mr. Genghis Khan.
Yeah, but from what I've heard, I'm apparently related to John Wilkes Booth.
Well, that's a shitty person to be related to.
I know, but then again, I'm also apparently related to Daniel Boone.
See, I guess that's a fair trade-off then.
Yeah. I mean, my ancestor apparently explored the West, so.
Well, that's convenient. Thank you, whoever that guy was.
I mean, he's the reason Boone caps are so like popular. Those are the cats with like the raccoon tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a real serious question for you.
Hmm.
Do I start Let's Playing Skyrim Special Edition?
I remember something that you and Drew both told me when I was talking about that. I was like, I was thinking about playing Skyrim again, and you both were just like, "Don't do that."
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring the same advice to you. Don't do that. Especially since you already have a Portal 2 LP coming up.
You see, there is so many reasons why I should still play this game.
Then why did you tell me not to?
Because I don't think you have almost 3,000 hours on the original Skyrim. I didn't want you to put you down the same rabbit hole I am down.
Let me just check for a moment.
Yeah, I actually, now that I'm said that, now I'm curious, where am I with that? Because I'm gonna hate myself when I check this.
234 hours.
234?
Yeah, I got this game when it first came out.
I also did. I am at 2,349 hours.
Wow, you're such a fucking.
I hate myself right now. God damn.
Jeez, dude.
Something wrong with me.
There is something wrong with you.
I must be Todd Howard's biggest fan.
You're the reason they keep coming out.
I am the reason Skyrim keeps being remade. Between me and MXR, you are the reason Todd Howard keeps releasing this game. As long as MXR keeps making Skyrim mod videos, and as long as I keep playing this game, Todd Howard will keep making the game. And honestly, I'm pretty sure we're both mutually invested in it, simply to see where's he gonna take it next.
Yeah, but
we've got it on virtually every current generation console and some of the older ones as well that it could possibly put on. We've gone as far to put it on the Amazon Alexa. I would not be surprised if by the end of the year I can play Skyrim Special Edition on my Atari 2600.
Yeah, so for you guys who are watching this either on VOD or the stream, me and Specs are planning to do Portal 2.
It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. Monday, right?
Yes, I'm off on Monday, so we can.
Yeah, I'm also off on Monday, so Monday either go to my stream or wait for him to upload a video. It'll be a fun time. We'll probably be the worst friends by the end of it, but we'll probably hate each other's guts by the end of it. But as is life, right?
I mean that's how collaborations work. I believe that's exactly how collabs work, actually.
Yeah, I mean, pretty sure. But if it's Mario Party, then you're definitely sure.
If you're playing any Mario sport game and or Mario Party, you intentionally are trying
to hate your friend.
Like, that is an intentional, I'm trying to destroy my family or end my relationship with whomever I am talking to right now. Like, that is absolutely your intention, and there is no way for you to argue otherwise at that point. Okay.
Oh, yeah, so I just saw a tweet says all BuzzFeed reveal videos are just info stolen from Ask Reddit threads read on camera by unpaid interns getting a social media work experience.
Oh, boy.
And this is shown because the same Asian woman is in flight attendants reveal secrets about flying and fast food employees reveal secrets about fast food.
Oh boy. This sounds extra spicy.
Well, then again, it's actually been proven that BuzzFeed has stolen content. Like, not exactly stolen, they copied almost word for word certain people's videos.
Yes.
That has been proven.
Be like the thing they do.
Yeah.
lifelike idle animations. Can I get this mod?
What does that even mean?
I guess it makes those.
Because, you know, when
idle-
real people have their idle animations.
Yeah, I mean it's when you're standing still because you're texting or something, and your character starts moving. It just doesn't look so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, this mod is on the special edition version of the game. Awesome.
It does suck that they have to, like, remake these mods just for the
Yeah,
special
'cause it was
edition.
a completely different engine on the special edition, which was supposed to make the game. I feel like I need to make sure posh mud crabs and swearing mud crabs, because the swearing mud crabs talk like one of the guys uh, from Two Best Friends.
Uh,
So my mud crabs.
oh,
are wearing
Patrick?
contacts and monocles. Yes, but posh mud crab. My mud crabs can't have monocles and top hats. I am sad. 0 out of 10, literally unplayable.
Yeah,
Nexus
so-
mods, get your shit together. Give me my posh mud crabs mod for Skyrim Special Edition. What's wrong with you? How could I possibly raise my immersion levels without this mod?
Alright, so...
Ballistic Water 2 is incredibly important. We'll make sure that that is a mod I can have.
I decided to make Absolver the game we play, but while we wait for Drew to come by, I'll play another game for the people.
What game you playing? Better be Honey Pop.
That's not a PS4 game.
Then why do I need to own a PS4 at that point?
I'm playing Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Basically, the games I want to play for, like, podcasts are games where I just don't have to think all that much. Just do things and that kind of thing. So, a game like this and a game like Absolver. Absolver, you do have to think, but not too much. Like, I'll just go around either getting my ass beat or beating asses. As for this, I'll just run around. Punk loves this game. I do too. Alright.
Apparently, it originally used stuff from one of the guys from Two Best Friends, but then the mod author actually went back and redid it, and that's why it sounds better the second time around and not like super clip cut through everything.
So is it still Patrick or?
No, it's the actual mod author, but it's not it's not there. It's not in special edition, unfortunately. Make sure I get my tattoo mod. No, I'll have to find a new tattoo mod. I like unread books glow because it helps me keep track of all the shit that I've already read if I haven't read it yet.
See, this is one of the reasons I like that they made Mirror's Edge like open world, because I could just now run around and do whatever the fuck I want, instead of in the original game where it's a kind of a straight line.
You're kind of on rails the whole time.
Yeah. So if I ever just wanted to like absentmindedly play a game while listening to a video or something, I could just do this. Like I listened to the video for the Shane Dawson video on Tanacon.
Oof.
Yeah. There is much more than what we talked about. I guess we could talk about it right now. Why not? It's on the docket, so. So it seems like it's both the person who runs Good Times and Tana's fault.
Oh,
They both fucked up in certain ways. Some more than others.
that sounds pretty heinous.
Yeah. And I did retweet a tweet from Shane Dawson who said like, yeah, now you can get refunds actually from the people who ran the ticket site to get tickets for TanaCon.
Oh,
They're giving refunds back. So that's good. That's good of them.
yeah. There's
But
that.
even then, Shane is still planning on doing like free meetups.
It seemed like from what I saw of him, he was really upset about what all happened there.
I mean, yeah, in the video he like asked a couple of people who went to TanaCon to come to his house and just like show what happened to them, and they have like severe sunburns.
Oh.
Like,
Oh.
yeah, really bad.
That's not good. That's no bueno.
Yeah.
Oh, good. One of my favorite mods is
What?
on the special edition, Legacy of the Dragonborn. It adds a museum to Solitude that you basically work for the dude at the museum and find all these artifacts from all the different games and bring them to the museum.
Hmm.
And then you can, like, it builds up the museum, it counts as a player house, and it has, like, quests and stuff and everything. So it's not like you're organically finding these items and bringing them there. It's really nice. It's one of my favorite mods.
I'm trying to remember what I usually just like bought like new house mods, or like, I just like to see what kind of cool houses people can make.
I've gone through pretty much all of them, and honestly, if you don't want to do like something like the Dragonborn Gallery mod, go for literally anything made by Eleonora. She's
Oh, I love Eleonora. Eleonora's great.
Eleonora's the best house making person, if not the best, in the entire thing. Like outside of mods that are like the big ornate houses, or like I said, like with like the Dragonborn Gallery. Like outside of that, it's pretty much she's the only one to even bother downloading stuff from.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a blended roads for special edition. Oh, he did make blended roads, actually. Also did Majestic Mountains and Underground, so we get all of those. Thank you for that, my good man. Basically just going through by author and adding the ones I know I want to have in the game that I can get.
I'm switching games.
What are you switching to now?
Infamous First Light.
Ah, okay.
For Infamous, you probably what have you seen of Infamous?
I've only heard of Infamous. I've never actually played it.
Do you know what it's about?
I don't know anything really what it's about, honestly.
It's about people who like gain superpowers.
Powers though?
Yeah, Infamous 1 and 2 were both about a guy named Cole McGrath who got electric powers, and a huge part of the game was like, would you become good or evil, kind of a thing. In Infamous Second Son, you are a guy who actually his power is to borrow other people's powers.
Oh.
And not like take them away from them, but just like he gets those powers. And so I found that pretty cool. And First Light is one of the people who he worked with, which was a girl named Fetch, and she has neon powers.
Oh.
So if you want to see what it looked like, go ahead and watch the stream.
Yeah, let's check that out. That sounds pretty cool.
These are by the way, the guys who made this Sucker Punch. They are the same guys who were making Ghost of Tsushima.
It's got to be good then. I definitely have to check that one out then.
And yeah, it's good. I will say in Infamous Second Son, I was a bit disappointed in like the very last power you got, which was Concrete, because it was just like
Concrete?
well, yeah, but it didn't really do anything that special.
Oh.
Unlike the other powers, which were like smoke, neon, and there's and video. By the way, video was another power, and it was actually pretty cool because it allowed you to hover and shoot at the same time. But it also, the melee of that power is just a huge laser sword made out of video. So
made out of video?
It's kind of hard to explain.
No, I kind of get what you mean. It's weird, but I kind of get what you mean.
Where's Drew?
Floating damage. I don't want floating damage text. I want enemy level. I don't know where Drew is. Did the third-person camera overhaul mod get added to Special Edition? It did not.
Yeah, it's sad because like some people just like, they put their mods out for Skyrim, The first
And then
one.
that was years ago, and now they don't exist
Yeah,
anymore. because-
well, they're either like, living an actual life, or they're working on video, or they're making a video game, because that's usually what mod creators like. Those are jobs that they get.
Yeah, or like their mod becomes an actual game, like.
Oh,
some
yeah.
mod, like, the games we
Which
saw
was a
in-
Skyrim mod.
Was a Skyrim mod. I wasn't sure. Like, what looked up, I was like, I feel like I've heard that name before. I looked up, like, oh,
Have you played it before?
yeah, I actually have played that mod before.
How is
It's
it?
really cool.
Nice.
It's actually really good. I would highly recommend picking up the game when it comes out.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be pretty neat.
I mean, it was cool. Like the early access thing that Steam has, made. It's good and all. It has a few shitty things here and there, but it has kind of jump-started some careers for the mod makers that were originally made mods for like Half-Life. Like
Yep.
Cry of Fear, which was made by a guy who made the mod Afraid of Monsters, which was a Half-Life mod. And then Insurgency, or what were some other ones? There's one other one that I played a lot.
Now I have to install Skyrim.
Contagion. No More Ruin Hell, but that didn't exactly. That kind of became free from having to have Half-Life 2 with it, which was cool. And now I think they're making their own game. No More Ruin Hell is a great zombie game, by the way.
You know what doesn't feel good?
What?
Having to delete my 7-year build. I spent 7 years to build the perfect Skyrim modded setup for all the sexy mods, and it's flawless. It is the perfect.
The
build.
sexiest.
You get a little bit of everything in it, and it doesn't like push enough. It doesn't push boundaries too much towards like, oh, that's kind of racy. You can turn off what you don't want to. It's really cool.
It was the
has a lot.
sexiest.
I made the game as immersive as you could without it being VR. And I'm quite happy. Like, I essentially turned Skyrim into a more complete game than it should have ever been.
Honestly, I was pretty happy with Skyrim when it came out.
I was pretty happy with it too. But I always had this overarching feeling of there could be more here, though.
True.
I can say after 7 years of working on it as a hobby thing, and wasting a lot of time working.
A lot of time, yeah. I mean, it's funny because you spend more time just like downloading mods than
More
playing the
time
game for them.
and running debug to figure out why the mod isn't working than actually playing the game. Then going in to make sure the mod's running properly, figure out if bug tested to make sure the mod you installed is working correctly, and then starting completely over so you can actually play with the mod installed. Why did it make an Elder Scrolls Special Edition desktop icon? I don't need that. It runs through Mod Organizer. I just need to figure out how to run Skyrim's very special edition on my desktop instead of Amazon because I don't have that Amazon.
Well, get an Amazon Alexa. It's the best console, man.
It honestly is. Honestly is. Maybe we'll start doing Sunday Skyrims. And then it eventually just becomes, let's stream Skyrim every day of the week because I'm bored and I want to play Skyrim. Now we're going to play Skyrim, guys.
You can't port Skyrim to WarioWare.
No, Todd Howard, you can't put Skyrim on Hot WarioWare. Just use lo- Oh my god, let's make the chat jealous, Freelance. Guess what my internet download speed is right now for
Really
Skyrim
good?
Special Edition, and how long it's gonna take till the game is fully downloaded.
How long?
Installed for 10 gigs. Yes, give me a number. What do you think?
An hour.
3 minutes, 24 seconds.
Hmm.
It is currently 2.5 gigs complete. I'm downloading at a rate of 42.7 megabytes per second.
Huh.
Yeah. We have the good internet. Also, I figured out the issue with my download rate on YouTube, and I posted my findings on Reddit, on the YouTube Reddit.
Okay.
Because I was asking over there and figured out what it was, and I'm an idiot and know nothing about networking, so don't ever ask me network questions because I don't know shit about how the internet actually works. Apparently, what it turns out is about every 30 days, unplug your router for like 10 minutes and then plug it back in. it clears the cache that's in the actual modem
Huh.
and router.
I'll go do that right now.
That will build up because that will cause a ridiculously long upload time. Your download speed probably won't take any hit on it, but your upload speed will just tank to nothing. And I was
Well,
like, what the
does
hell
it
is
affect
causing-
streams all that much?
It was actually what was causing the like 6-minute delays I was having. Yes.
Huh, maybe I should do that.
Yeah. Now I have found that the huge frame rate fall off recently that I've been getting pings for on Streamlabs OBS is because of Restream. Because it doesn't happen when I stream directly to YouTube or directly to Twitch, but using Restream without paying for the service, I think they changed something recently if you're not paying for their service when they did that rework, and you don't get as much bandwidth through their streaming service. So it's been causing me some frame rate issues because I stream at the most optimal settings for YouTube and Twitch.
Hmm.
But that might only be an issue with the actual game feed, and not so much what we do normally.
I don't ever really get problems like that. I just get problems like, oh, YouTube's just being a shit.
YouTube's just being a shit, as YouTube does.
There is. I don't know if you ever played a game called Party Hard.
Have not.
It is a indie game where you're basically a mass murderer who's murdering everyone in these parties. And it's got, and you have to be smart about it. You have to like kill people in a certain ways. Like you have to make sure you're not seen, or you can like poison the punch bowl. And whenever you poison the punch bowl, if someone takes a drink of it, there's a chance that they will a speech will come up and they'll say, "This tastes like a shit."
This tastes like a shit.
One shit.
Is that where that came from? Because I've been saying that for years and I never knew why.
Maybe
I've
no.
never played that
There's a
game.
chance you just said that because you thought that was funny. But no, that's where I got it, and that's where Pat from Two Best Friends got it.
No, this is a shit.
This tastes like a shit.
This is like a shit. Oh, so guess what I finally own after owning a Google Pixel 2 for I want to say about 3 or 4 months now?
What?
I finally have a USB to Type-C cable.
Nice.
The worst part, when I replace my parts and start upgrading my computer after TrotCon's over, the new motherboard I'm getting has a Type-C port on it, so I can use the Type-C to Type-C cable that comes with the phone, because when you buy a phone like this, they assume you probably also have the higher-end shit at home, so you don't need a USB to Type-C. You just have the better Type-C to Type-C, or what will replace that is the Thunderbolt to Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt.
Yeah, it's like
Fireball, Fireball, Fireball.
Fireball, Fireball. It's just like building computers is soon to be just like being a wizard.
Oh, to baby boomers, yeah, you are a wizard.
I am a wizard. I'm a wizard, Grandma. Skyrim Special Edition will let detect your video hardware and set your video options accordingly. Video
that-
settings have been set for ultra quality. Well, thanks, Skyrim, for recognizing that my shit is the best.
Well, sometimes it does that with me. It's like I'm not sure my computer can handle that.
Oh, yeah, no, I run a 1070 on... Even on my shitty old processor, my low-end RAM, I can run some strong... Like, my Skyrim was so modded and so visually upgraded that I didn't just push the friggin', I didn't just push the game engine to the limit, I was pushing my system to the limit. I'd run out of RAM at times and crash to desktop. Simply because, it was just friggin', it was too much. It couldn't handle it. Alright, so the style of what the good style is for this. So visually, this looks good. I don't want the base directory there. I want the base directory in my actual mod organizer folder on my Zeta drive. Oh, there's the Skyrim folder specifically.
I knew girls in middle school tougher than you guys.
Spexel edition. Can't spell special without spelling my own name.
Andrew?
Yes. That is how you spell special, didn't you
That's
know
how.
that?
Yeah. No, I knew that.
I knew girls in middle school tougher than you guys.
I downloaded Fallout earlier this week. Fallout 4 again.
Uh-huh.
I'm level 16, and I still haven't found Diamond City because Preston Garvey kept telling me he had some settlement to him.
Okay, so I know how hard it is to resist, but there's gotta be a point where you just gotta go like, okay, Preston, stay away from me. Don't you ever get near me again.
Well, that's the thing. I had to help those settlements because no one else is gonna help those settlements because everyone else in the entire Commonwealth is a shit.
Well, okay, listen, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Just go find Diamond City, goddammit.
I was on my way to fight the Mirelurk Queen at the castle, to which I was cumulatively shit on like 8 times and then gave up and have not played the game in 3 days. I assumed that was my stopping point and I'm done with Fallout again. Because I kept dying and I couldn't kill her. So I just stopped playing.
You could just down
that,
the difficulty.
Before that is a pussy bitch move and I do not do that.
I mean, for me, it's not just like, it's being a pussy thing. It's just like, I just want to have fun with the game. I just want to keep playing with the game. This difficulty's fun, but not this boss. But I do remember, I think I might have gotten past that Mirelurk Queen by just being a shit and just running around and staying behind things and not at all just going out there and shooting at it.
The last time I beat her, she bugged out and just kind of stood in the middle of the area. She got stuck on that thing in the center of the castle, and I basically pulled a snake while he fights Raven in Metal Gear 1. Just throw grenades at me.
Yeah.
And I just threw like 16 grenades at her and she died.
No, just get idea. Like, you should, like, Diamond City is a good place. I'm sad it's the only city that they have in that game.
The best thing I found was on my way to the castle, I found the USS Constitution.
Oh, the ship.
Yes.
That's a great quest.
With Captain Ironsides.
That's a fucking great quest, dude.
You know the part where you have to go get the computer chip from the scavengers. So I walk over there. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go convince them to give me the chip. So I go and I'm like, all right, persuasion attempt. Just give me that chip. No, fuck you. I'm serious. You really should give me that chip. It belongs to Captain Ironsides, and I'm here to help him out. No, screw those robots. We should have that scrap. We're not giving him anything. So she stops talking to me and ends the dialogue.
So you just kill her?
To walk away. And I physically, sitting in my chair playing the game, sighed like Handsome Jack from Borderlands, pulled out my 10 mil, shot her in the back of the head, one-shot her, shot the dude next to her as he went to go pull out the gun, as the other 2 guys next to them went to go pull their guns out, shot the dude inside the house, and then as the other dude walked out, switched to my shotgun and just blew him right back in there. And then put the shotgun away and just went, you see?
You should have given me that chip.
Well, let's see, if you savages would have just helped me help you by giving me that chip, this isn't where we would be right now. But you had to go and do that.
I think I was able to persuade them, actually.
I don't think my persuasion's high enough is the problem. But I felt very much like Handsome Jack. And I didn't feel bad about it. Like, I felt like Handsome Jack in part of the pre-sequel that I got to, where he kills the one dude, and he's like, that felt good. It's like the first time he like stops being a pussy bitch and stands up for himself.
Yeah.
I was like, my favorite line so far as I get into it is, Brick, make me kind of feel bad for killing Jack. I hate it. Because basically her story basically tells him like, hey, you guys were the bad guys here.
So could you do me a favor and just like check the audio levels on the stream?
On my end, so I can see how it sounds.
Yeah, like with the game audio, our audio.
Okay, me and you, I'm loud enough. You're loud enough?
Am I loud enough?
Yeah, you're loud enough. I would turn you up a little bit because I have my YouTube at max.
Okay.
I would turn you up a little bit and then turn up the game and me.
Well, I mean, I don't want the game to be too loud.
No, but if I'm playing through the same sound, you can barely hear me at all.
Okay, how about I'll turn up the game audio a bit.
If you're using OBS like I think you are, OBS can't separate Discord and the game unless you're doing wonky bullshit.
I am doing wonky bullshit. I am unable to hear the game from my computer. That's why I'm asking you. Because
I can't hear the game at all. But I know I'm quieter than you.
How about okay? The audio might be just down. I put it up a lot. How about now? No?
No, it hasn't gone up almost at all.
Almost.
It went up like a hair, but it didn't really go up at all. Otherwise.
So can you hear it?
I can hear me and you, but yeah, it's still kind of quiet.
How about?
Well, the game sound went up this time. It's still quiet. I don't know what you're doing on your end, but it's weird.
I've always had problems. Like I don't want to be too loud. I don't want them to be too loud. I want you to be too loud. Like
Yeah,
thing is,
I mean-
you can have your YouTube at max. That's fine. But what about your computer audio?
If I turn my computer audio any loud, you start getting reverb through my mic.
You can have your YouTube at max, that's fine. But what about your computer on?
Well, wouldn't the same be for if you turned YouTube up because that goes straight to your speakers?
Yeah, but it's not. I'd have to crank my YouTube a little higher.
See,
but I'm
you're
not
see. Okay, here's the thing. You're in the podcast. The other people watching this are not in the podcast. They don't need to care about
Yeah, but
reverb.
I'm watching the podcast on my computer right now, and
See, you're-
I'm like half the volume you are right now.
Half the like lower.
Yeah, I'm half the I'm speaking at half the volume you are. Like I can hear myself half as clearly as I can hear you. You're nice and loud and clear, but
How about now?
My sound is lower.
I just want our levels to be
Somewhat
equal.
Yeah.
I don't care if we both sound quiet. They won't sound quiet to the people watching this.
Okay, we're about right. We're about equal there. We should be good now.
Okay. Now we have to wait for Drew because he's the one who always like boosts his mic for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know why he puts so much boost on his mic that he's like outrageously loud.
Yeah.
Like he blames it on his mic, but I'm like, dude, it's definitely not your mic. My
Like
mic is worth
you
way
can
more
turn
than
down
yours.
the boost on your mic if you went into your settings.
Yeah, and I run mine through an audio interface, so I have no problem with it. It's super easy.
I always turn my boost up all the way because apparently these microphones are too quiet on my computer.
Oh, mine operates at 192 kilohertz, so I have no issue with sound input.
Yeah, so now you got to see the game. How's it look?
It's pretty cool looking. I like it. It's very shiny. Oh, I have seen this, but I also saw this at E3 demo play when they were showing it off.
Yeah. Yeah, they showed this at E3. I think. Well, yeah, it was one of the games that they said were going to come out around the same time as
Running
PS4.
around, running through these purple swirly thingies.
Well, wait, no,
But I
this-
wasn't quite sure what the objective was.
there's no. I mean, it's kind of like you go from mission to mission kind of a thing.
Oh, well, what are the purple swirly things?
Those allow me to go faster if I'm. These little swirly things are exclusive to First Light. So I'm just gonna go up to the quest right now. Yeah. So.
Oh, and so they're just there to help you get around this massive, like, very realistically sized city.
Yeah, this is Seattle, by the way.
Oh, it's Seattle? Oh, my friend Tony lives in Seattle. You just sucked all the life out of that bar sign.
Well, yeah, no, it's neon.
Rippin' Pepperoni's neon bar sign. Fuck that guy's day up. No. What'd he do to you?
He's the DOP. He is oppressive, and I don't like him. He's mean to me.
Where are you, a super feminist that has lightning powers? That sucks neon
They're not
bar sign?
lightning. It's neon. You fuck.
Fine. What are you, a feminist with neon powers?
No. Because the person who leads the DOP is a woman, and I don't like her either.
Oh. Is it because she's trying to destroy the patriarchy? That doesn't, I don't think actually
Patriarchy of
exists?
conduits? No.
Am I memeing too hard for you, Freelance?
You
What
might
do you
be.
think now?
You might
I
be.
might be memeing a little too hard today.
This game also has a photo mode, which means I like it.
It has a photo mode, so it means I like it. What is that? Did you take pictures?
I love photo mode.
Or you just stop and like take pictures and screenshots?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, dude, whatever gets you there.
Yeah, I just wanted you to check because I don't want the game to be overpowering us, but I also want people to somewhat
Yeah,
hear
no,
the game.
it's fine.
I'm dumping a
The
program.
game's fine where it's at.
You see the wireless video app? Try it.
All right, so you came from.
What is this? It's the live feed. from
It's a drone.
Shane's about
It's
to
the
get full
drone.
access to these things. You
Tactical
need to
drone
find our
incoming.
cops. So?
What is this, Call of Duty?
Without Shane tracking,
I did play
better find
Call of Duty Black Ops 3 not too long ago, actually.
helping me.
What did you play Call of Duty 1111?
No, that has not come out
I'm
yet.
stuck in Shane's world, but
Are you going to?
I mean, if they release it for free on PS Plus, sure.
If they release it for free, I'll play it.
I mean, yeah, Black Ops 3. I got Black Ops 3 because it was free on PS Plus.
Did Drew say he was gonna be here, or?
He usually tells me if he wouldn't be here. That's the thing. So like he was like, yeah, I'm sorry I can't be here, and I'm like, okay, that's cool.
That's fair. He would have.
Fuck the police.
Oh, that was expensive.
It was, seriously. They're like 90 grand each. And there's another one at Spruce.
Did you see my most recent stuff, or have you not sat and watched it all yet?
Not yet.
Thought we were friends. No, I'm kidding.
We're friends?
Co-workers.
I thought we were lovers.
You could be much more than that.
Close your heart to it, boy.
Boy,
You see, these things can go
I really want to play that game, and I'm sad I haven't yet.
Well, yeah, you need to get a PS4.
You can never get close to your
I don't have one of those, unfortunately.
Doesn't your friend have it?
Yeah, but that would entail me having either run cables all the way up to my bedroom, or to my bedroom to run the actual thing. Why does it have a foam mod in all these, but the foam mod's not running?
Oh.
That's
Well, I guess since it's... I mean, if he comes, he comes. So I'm just gonna switch over to... Absolver.
If he comes.
So I'm switching over to Absolver. I wonder when they're gonna add in new content. Hopefully soon.
For Absolver? I don't know. I haven't gotten to play it yet. It's been on my list for a while, but I haven't actually.
Well, it's on there because I told you. Put it
Yeah,
there.
you were the one that mentioned it. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, it'd be cool.
So you saw only the trailer of it? Did that show any gameplay?
I only saw the trailer. I don't know. I don't remember if it showed any gameplay.
Alright, well, I can show you right now. Just don't have the audio on, because the audio isn't exactly important.
The
And
audio is not important.
I'm able to hear what's on your computer, so...
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm muting it. Can you hear the boom boom coming from outside? Because my neighbors are
I do not.
dumb.
I do not think so.
Best mod for Skyrim. Thank you, Arthmore. It's called Run for Your Lives, and it makes all NPCs that aren't guards flee and hide inside buildings when dragons and vampires attack, so they don't just get mercilessly slaughtered and die forever.
Yeah, so this is Absolver. This is my character.
Ah. You
Her
got
name-
some cape.
Hmm?
You got some cape.
She has a cape, yes.
And some kind of weird freaky mask thing.
Well, yeah, this is the mask game. Everyone wears a mask in this game.
Oh.
So let's
then
go out and
normal-
beat some people up. Yeah, so basically this is a game where you can you make your own combo.
You make your own combo.
Yeah, let me show you. Whoa, I can hear myself.
Oh, it might just be my actual speakers at that point.
Yeah.
Not so much the actual game itself.
So yeah, it's a combat deck. As you can see, I have like there are 4 rows, each with 3 attacks on it on the left. Those are the light attacks, and I've set mine up to be able to flow from one to the other fairly well. So like, if this one does like 1 punch and then another 3 punches, and then since it has like a well, yeah, each square is 1 punch, and I made it so that, like, at least it would flow, so it goes from one hand to the other.
Right.
And then when you go to the end of that combo, it switches to the next row, as you can see by the yellow squares off to the side.
Okay.
You see those?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, so like that square, and I click like that. And I basically had it so that every end of a combo would switch to the next kind of stance.
Oh, okay.
So basically it flows into one like this. And then there's special alternative attacks with the triangle button they can add in. Yeah, so that was one combo of, that would be about 12 different moves
Oh.
in a row. And yeah, it flows so well that some people just can't really like hit me back sometimes.
It's pretty good.
And it has 4 different kinds of fighting styles. I think they're going to be adding more as time goes on. And yes, one of them is Drunken style. But I basically put my combat deck together so that I just put in moves that fit together. Doesn't really matter what kind of fighting style they're from. So some of the moves are Drunken style, some of the moves are like, I forgot what the other ones were called, but basically at the beginning you get to choose your fighting style, and the Drunken style is not it's an unlockable style, so you have to like unlock it on your own. You can't just like get it at the beginning. So I started off with the Windfall style, which allows for very quick dodges, which can like help me regain my stamina. Let me see if there's like an enemy around here that I can do it on. Where's the bit? Oh, there's one. Ow! Ow!
Ow. Ow. Wow.
So you see there's like those little dodges?
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, this is like the long dodge, and this is the dodge that Windfalls can do.
Huh.
It allows me to allows me to stay close to the enemy so I can actually like
You can
get an
keep
attack in.
combos up.
Oh, she has a sword!
Pulls out a sword.
That's okay. I have. Let's see. Oh, I can't use it yet. Never mind. But anyway, I'm just gonna beat you up just because I don't. Come on. There we go. Now I have the sword. And swords have different moves, and you can make your own combat deck with swords.
Huh.
So yeah, the moves you're about to see are completely different moves. And I died. Okay, it's been a while. It's been like a few months since I last played this game because they haven't. They're making new single player content, but they have not released it yet. Because they originally created this game as like, oh, it's gonna be online melee PvP action, and people were like, we actually like the single player more or the co-op more. And they're like, oh, well, fuck. I guess we're gonna have to make some more shit then for single player. Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, just checking.
I gotta figure out how to install the mesh physics for this armor
It's
mod.
been a while, so we might as well just get started on the docket, huh?
Yeah, I don't know where the hell Drew's at.
Yeah, so
He is a shit today.
he tastes like a shit. So what have you been playing, Specs?
Besides
Subnautica and Evil
besides
Within.
Subnautica and Evil Within and the usual content stuff, just pretty much I picked up Fallout to screw around on. But we went over the extent of what I did on that so far.
Yeah, so let's see. Is that it? I know remember you tweeting something about like playing RuneScape on
Oh yeah,
the phone.
RuneScape had RuneScape has the thing. They've moved old school RuneScape to mobile. It is now playable on your mobile device. It's in beta. They only have so many people on it so far. But it's pretty freaking cool. And for a mobile game, it's surprising how well it transitions over.
So yeah, it plays well.
It plays.
That's always
like
my
you're
problem with
playing-
like porting a game to a
no,
to a
dude,
phone.
this plays just like you're playing right on the computer.
Good.
Like, it's very stable. It's pretty cool. I'm very happy with it. It's pretty neat.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been playing Yakuza 0, Antichamber, Steins Gate, Watch Dogs 2, Resident Evil Remake, and Mountain Blade Warband, which was actually a while ago, actually.
Yakuza 0 is something I need to sit down and play.
Yeah, now that it's on PC, you actually can.
Yeah, now that it's on PC, I actually can play this game.
It's actually really good. Even the story is actually doing really, really good. Not really much I can really say about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but it's good. I think you'll like it if you like fighting games, so.
Right.
Or beat 'em ups.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm quite confident.
Kind of like I think you'll probably enjoy this game once you
Yeah.
get it, because this is a fighting game, so.
And I do like to kick the shit out of stuff.
Yeah, and if you actually really want to kick the shit out of stuff, I'm pretty sure you can make your whole loadout just a bunch of kicks. If you're that much of a fucking loser.
Hey. Whenever I want to punch shit, punch it. I'm gonna punch that dragon.
Let's see. Antichamber, I'm trying to get back into that, but that is basically a puzzle game that has a lot to do with basically just like logic or just thinking things through. There's one puzzle where you just go up and down stairs, and it's the same set of stairs on the left and the right. One goes up, one goes down. If you go up one, it will take you back to the same set of stairs. If you go down one, it takes you back to the same set of stairs. So basically what you have to do is go down one set of stairs, walk through to get to the next set of the same set of stairs, turn back, walk back, and it will actually lead you to a new way.
Huh.
Yeah, and it gets really weird and sometimes even creepy, but it does have some very interesting ideas in it. Steins Gate has I finished chapter 5 and holy shit, it's gotten good.
Really?
Like it was at this point people would say like, oh yeah, don't worry, it ramps up at like chapter 5 or 6, and like okay, as long as you say it. Like it was good so far, but once I got to that, I was like, dude, I am in, I am staying, I'm in.
I'm in on this. This is something I'm gonna do the thing on.
Yeah. I got to play Watch Dogs 2 because they have a little thing where you get to play like 3 hours of the game. And so far it's good. They do a lot more than what Watch Dogs 1 did, with the things like the like trying to hack computers. Like one of the cool things about this version is that to hack into a computer on like another room, you have to go from like security camera to security camera, hacking from one to the other, just to find a camera that has that computer in view, so you can hack it from there.
Ah.
Yeah. Another things I like the things where what's cool about Watch Dogs and Watch Dogs 2 is that you can just scan other people's phones and just find out things about them, like, oh, this person like runs a massage club or something, or this person likes to read romance novels, kind of thing. And then sometimes it just gets really weird, like this person likes to be in BDSM clubs.
Oh, is that what that game was, where the dude was running around making the world a better place?
Yeah, it's like
That was
identifies
hilarious.
as a brony if you want to just shoot bronies.
Right, and like all the stuff, like every single one of it is everything that has some kind of a horrible, toxic freaking community on the internet, and I'm just like, oh, it's great.
Yeah, it is actually.
It was pretty phenomenal.
Let's see. Melee is pretty fun. Instead of like a baton, you have like this weird bolo. Do you know what bolos are? Do you know there's like those things people throw? It's like 2 balls on a string, and you throw them and it wraps around people's legs.
Yeah, it's a bolus.
Bolus, right? He basically uses that as a melee weapon,
Oh.
and it's pretty interesting, pretty weird, pretty interesting. Not really much else I could say about it because I only played like 1 to 2 hours. Resident Evil Remake is good. You've seen that, and you did comment on the weird angles.
Yeah,
that was basically just how games were back then.
Yeah, I had forgotten. After I said that, I thought about it. I was like, oh, the Tomb Raider game from back in the day played like this. And I remember it was fun, but then I remember going back to play it again when I got older. I was like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah, but it works with Resident Evil and like Silent Hill because those are horror games and it makes you kind of scared about what's around the corner.
Yeah, because you can't just poke your head around and be like, hey, what's over there?
Yeah, and even when the person sees it, you can't.
Yeah.
And this game, like the remake, does it much better because it's not just like static. Sometimes the camera's tilted. Sometimes the new lighting allows for like some really cool shots. And also allows for a shot where like you go through a door, and the camera just shows you coming at like you in front of the door, and a huge ass spider just crawls behind you. It's like, wow, I don't like that. But yeah, it's a fun game so far, and I'm probably gonna be playing both as Jill. I'm playing as Jill right now, but I want to play as Chris too, so I could try that out. And I'm still excited for Resident Evil Remake 2. And speaking of remakes, I did pre-order Yakuza Kiwami 2, which is basically a remake of Yakuza 2. So Yakuza Kiwami is the remake of number 1, which is going to be coming out on PC. But I would suggest for anyone who wants to like play these games, play Yakuza 0 first. It's a prequel. So yeah, it's very important that you play that. I was the dumb one who didn't. I played Yakuza Kiwami first because that was like, oh, it's cheaper, so I'll just get that. It's like, it was $30 when it came out. It's basically like a game that's been like kind of, well loved by people, remade with better graphics and a lot of new shit, and they basically released it for like $30. Even the Steelbook edition was $30. And they're upping the price for number 2 because I guess because they're adding more shit to it. And the Steelbook edition is $50, which I'm fine with. God damn, this fucking guy, Jin Mespe, you fucking asshole. Beehive mask motherfucking wearing piece of shit.
So what's the weirdest thing you found someone into on that?
What do you mean?
And that game with the fucking where you can see what everybody's into and then just shoot them if you want.
Brony?
Brony's the weirdest one?
No, I'm just being an asshole.
Oh.
I'm being a shit.
So.
I don't know. I think the BDSM club was pretty weird.
The BDSM club's pretty weird.
Yeah, yeah. And I've gotten this, and you're also allowed to intercept like texts people are having or audio conversations, and I've had the same text sequence happen twice with 2 different people, and that's when I know, oh, they have run out of ideas. Okay. That's not good. I hate when that happens, and it happens a lot in like games like Shadow of War with the Nemesis system, where I've met like 5 different push crimps, and like, God, man, you think they wouldn't just call everyone push crimp, but I guess they do call every orc push crimp.
Huh.
I think even the first Shadow of Mordor kind of game was like a lot more, I guess, randomized about it, where I didn't run into the same name thing in like the span of an hour. Which, by the way, if you ever get the chance, you should play Shadow of Mordor. It's really good.
Okay, so I think I've decided I'm gonna use a far easier physics rigging instead.
Oh yes, let's see. What else is that? Mountain Blade Warband, which is good. There's not really much else to say. It's a game I like playing because I get to build an army of people. So, and not just like an army of people like in a strategy game. Like, no, I just I either get recruits or rescue people and they become my part of my army, or I can even like convert my prisoners over. And it's cool because people in my party are like, you shouldn't do that. Like, no, I'm gonna do it. My dog's smiling at me. Hi, doggy.
It's always nice when the dog smiles at you.
And again, they always smile when they open their mouths because I guess their faces just make it look like that.
Oh. That's why dogs are the best, though.
I like cats.
Yeah, but cats don't give you the affection a dog can.
You haven't seen my cat. If I ever hold out my hand, the cat just like, yes, give me that shit, please.
All the cats we have here kind of suck. They're either always
The one
wanting
that screams at you?
always, yeah, and the one that doesn't fucking shut up.
But yeah, let's see. What else have I been? I've been playing. No, it's not really. I've been playing I'm playing Absolver right now. I guess that counts.
Right, that counts.
Yeah.
That counts.
Let's see. All right, so I've officially had my first day of work, my part-time job as a library aide at one of the libraries in my city. And it's just like tedious work. I scan books and then I collect books to scan.
Welcome to working.
And it makes me realize, oh, that's why they have part-time. That's why they hire part-time help, because they shouldn't be bothered doing this boring bullshit.
Mhm.
And like, hey, I mean, I get paid to do it, so I mean, why not? And I've already decided what I want to pay, what I want to like buy with my paycheck. I'm gonna buy the game Prey.
Oh, okay.
That because I've always wanted to
It's
play
a
it.
cool one to play.
Have you
but
played it before?
I started playing. I was gonna do video for it, and then realized, oh my god, this is the greatest picture of all time. But I realized shortly into it, like, this isn't gonna be very good for Let's Play.
Why?
At least it's not gonna do really good.
You should do it for a stream then.
Greatest picture I've ever seen here.
You do that with Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but Breath of the Wild, I can keep it interesting the whole time.
And you
through.
can't keep what, Prey interesting? Even though the whole like idea of it is like, hey, you have to guess what item is actually an enemy.
Yeah, but it got to the point where I wasn't having fun with it. Was the problem?
Oh.
It didn't click with me like most games do, and I was like, I'm really not.
I like Prey. It reminded me a lot of. I remember I played the demo. It reminded me a lot of like System Shock and
Yeah,
Bioshock.
you might like it more than I did, honestly. It didn't click well with me.
I can understand that. Is it because it have a knife in it?
No, I'm pretty sure there was a knife in it.
Not a knife you can use.
It's not a good knife.
Yeah, not
like
Sebastian Castellanos' knife.
No, it's not. And it's not, definitely not like the knife I got in my, like, it's not like the knife I got in my Subnautica playthrough.
Ah. Well, yeah, that's a futuristic knife. Where you have to
That
where you
knife.
cook things with the knife.
But that knife is the best knife.
I don't know, man. Trying to think of a better knife, and I'm pretty sure there is one, but I can't remember.
I don't know, Thermoblade's pretty up there.
Yeah, but then there's ballistic knives, where knives shoot out of the knife.
I mean, you're not wrong. There is the shotgun Mr. Torg also gives you that shoots swords that explode into more swords that explode into more swords that also explode.
Yeah.
Nothing really can beat that. That's why it's not even considered with the other things. It's just too good.
Yeah, I'm very interested in like playing Prey. And besides, it's $15 on the PlayStation Store because of a sale. I was thinking of getting that and Neo, which is basically just the Japanese, like Dark Souls in Japan, unlike Sekiro, which is going to be coming out.
Is this Dark Souls?
It's the Dark Souls of Dark Souls.
Do you think the internet will ever stop comparing everything
No.
to Dark Souls?
No.
Like, has no one ever played Contra? Like, has everyone forgotten those games existed?
Well,
There's
that
a
was
lot of
back when
shit
games
more
had to be
difficult
hard because they had to have some, like, you know, You had to
They
put
had
time
to have
into
longevity to the game.
because you couldn't put a lot into a fucking cartridge.
Yeah, and if the game was not enough to keep you playing it long enough, you stopped fucking playing it.
And it had so that, yeah, that's why it had to be hard. Yeah, no. I don't. They'll probably never stop comparing it. Anyway. I will say, scanning books. There was a lot of fines. There's this one person. I'm not gonna say their name. I'm gonna call them Spencer. Let's call them Spencer. That's not their real name. I'm gonna call them Spencer. Half of the books I scanned were from Spencer. Overdue fines from Spencer. Like, God, Spencer, get your act together, man.
Spencer, what's wrong with you, man? What are you, some kind of evil?
What are
person?
you, a stupid?
What are you, a shit?
A shit?
Watch that person be watching the stream. Just be like, I need to rethink everything I've done in my life. They know.
I mean, I never said what kind of library I'm working at. There are 3 major libraries in my city, so good luck guessing.
It's the second one.
Shit! He knows.
Well, no, you see, when you become the YouTube and you get your custom URL, that's how you also gain ESPN.
Yes.
And I am the psychic now. It's amazing.
Oh, I remember my... I'm sorry, go ahead.
What?
Were you gonna say something?
No, that was all I said.
Okay. So my sister, she's a fairly well-known softball player in my town, and she did this like little interview. They have this little thing on the local newspaper where they talk to 2 different people and interview them. And they interviewed my sister and some dude from like one of the other schools. And
He's not relevant.
and one question, no, he is actually, because
Oh, he is?
yeah, the one question they asked is like, what are your favorite TV shows? And it was like, my sister gave hers were like 90210, Supernatural, and all that. It's basic.
She's boring.
That was back when. Listen, dude, she's not a video gamer.
Listen, dude, those shows were never interesting.
Supernatural was interesting in the beginning
Yeah, and then it stopped.
when they were going from case to case instead of just like one huge story. I hate when shows do that.
Check off your bingo card for the Supernatural.
Like, I liked X-Files. I liked X-Files when it was like a Monster of the Week,
And then it became dumb.
and then it became dumb. And now it became even dumber because I always like to rate a show like if the level of violence you are getting is now people are just starting to explode.
They just spontaneously detonate.
Well, no, because this one character he has like telekinetic powers. He can make people just fucking explode. And I'm just like, if it gets to that point, you have ran out of shit to do. Because
So do I.
head explosions, like complete head explosions, and body explosions are just like, that's the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Unless you're a dumb movie like Hardcore Henry, then that's okay.
Or you're a YouTuber. If you're 31, that's always funny.
Is that a doobie? I don't know if you ever saw that video. There's a video by like, I guess it was like some sort of Christian church where it's like, don't do drugs, and it's like, this one goes, I do drugs, and the kid's like, is that a doobie?
But is
No,
it...
it's like, he smokes the doobie and his head explodes.
And then his head explodes?
His head explodes and it's bloody. It's like,
Is it as good as
wow.
Kazoo Kid? Is it as good as Kazoo Kid?
Kazoo Kid's fucking adorable though.
Have you seen the Kazoo Kid Trap remix yet?
No.
Oh, my friend.
I love playing my kazoo.
Let me find this while I install all my Skyrim mods.
And so what we're going to talk. Oh yeah. So his favorite show. Going back to the interview with my sister and the other guy. His favorite show was ESPN. ESPN's a channel.
Kazoo Kid Trap remix coming at you.
My favorite TV show is Nickelodeon.
It's a channel.
I know
He
he said ESPN, which is a channel. Anyway, so one other thing I want to talk about was actually a conversation I saw happening on Twitter bit because some dude was being a shit. What is your opinion on unpaid internships?
I think they can be credible, at least for what you learn while you're there, depending on where you're working for. But I think they're overall really dumb that you're gonna have someone basically come and do all the bitch work and not at least pay them for doing all the bitch
That's my
work.
problem. Is that listen, we live in a capitalistic society. We do something, we get paid for it.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works in capitalism.
Unless it's volunteering, that's fine. But an unpaid internship, I was hired to do this for free.
Yeah. Wait, you mean you do this shit for free?
Like, if I'm not getting paid for the work I'm doing, there's no
probably
point.
not doing the work.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the work because I'm not getting like, oh, you're getting experience out of
I'm
it.
getting nothing out of this.
You're getting experience out of it.
Take your experience and shove it up your ass. I don't need it.
Yeah, I've been writing since I was 10. That's my fucking experience, bitch.
Yeah. People ask, like, oh, you didn't finish college for an architecture or drafting degree. How could you get a job? I still have my portfolio.
Yeah. Like, there's still that experience.
My
Like,
portfolio.
experience is better gained by yourself instead of just like having it taught to you. Cause like, sure, college classes have helped, but they haven't exactly.
Getting a college degree nowadays, all that does is get you a piece of paper that proves you can take in and regurgitate information.
Actually, it does help with salaries. People who get master degrees
Not
can
as
get like
much as you,
get
not as much as
10,000.
you would think.
Well, that's what my professor.
Nowadays, getting too high of a degree will prevent you from getting hired. My best friend from high school, again, to use him as an example, was our valedictorian. He has a master's in computer engineering for programming.
Well, that could just be for computer engineering. Mine's writing.
Well, no, this is actually for several things outside of actual just education. Like if you're a teacher, this doesn't count. This doesn't apply to you. But in most cases, they want to hire people who have an associate's or bachelor's degree because they don't have to pay them as much. If you
Sure.
have a master's or doctorate, it's going to be a lot harder for you to find a job because people don't want to pay you that much.
Yeah.
And you know that you're worth something because you have this degree, you know this knowledge. But nowadays, people come like even my roommate Chris, the guy he works for now, was turning away kids because they had no experience. They're like, yeah, I'm fresh out of college, I got this and this. Yeah, but what experience do you have in the field? Well, I just got out of college. Yeah, that doesn't help me. I need someone who knows what the hell they're doing.
And that's where the unpaid internships come in. And that's where it's bullshit because you still don't get paid for it.
Yeah, and that's where you get in that vicious cycle. And then a lot of places won't take internships and co-ops as on-the-job experience.
It should though because it's on the fucking job.
Well, that's the thing. Chris is an engineer. When he worked for Cincinnati Cold for 10 years. Only 6 of that counts as experience for him as an engineer. The 4 years he was a co-op doesn't count. They don't. Engineering as a whole doesn't count those 4 years of him as a co-op as experience.
We really need to reform our government just to like make sure that
It's
counts.
not even our government that has to do an issue. This is our economic system is an issue. Our education system is the issue.
And that is all controlled by the government.
Well, it never should have been. It's the same reason Social Security should have been on the state sides and should have never been taken on by the federal government. The problem with everything is the fact that if we start changing stuff, you're gonna make it worse before you help anything. As stupid as that sounds, it is better right now to leave everything as it is because to change stuff, yeah, change this, it'll make everything better. It's not that simple. You need to completely reform the entire system, and to do that would instill an immense amount of chaos. It's better to let it run its course and slowly change things over time than to abruptly try to just reform everything.
Oh yeah, I never said to do. I never said to abruptly do it. I
cause a
just said yeah,
complete
change things,
collapse.
but change things over time, just like how Boogie said it, except without gay rights. Because it works better with economic issues and not with gay rights issues.
Because people don't want to hear it for the other stuff. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to hear change you want is gonna come later. But unfortunately, that's how change works. If you abruptly change, humans by nature will buck back against it, and that change will be prevented and may never happen then.
And yeah, no, it's like California is getting a minimum wage increase, and I remember hearing about this all the way back when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only happening recently. This shit doesn't happen immediately.
No. Same thing with New York State is raising their minimum wage to $15 an hour. This started back in 2011.
Like
it wouldn't be completely up to 15 until 2020.
And that is how it's supposed to be, because if you were to do it immediately, guess what? Prices will go up.
You would cause a inflation rate that would crush economies. Entire economies would fall apart. You would annihilate Wall Street. Everyone's like, throw heavy taxes on these CEOs. What do you think's going to happen to everyone below them when you throw all these people higher expenses on them?
Like, we need to set a system where they can't put it out on their employees, because it is up to them who make the most money to pay the most money.
Yeah, but the issue is, if we do that, you're going to cause an issue that's going to cause everything to be thrown completely out of balance. Yes, everything right now is kind of shitty.
It is all kind of a shit.
Even more shitty?
Socialism?
It's not great. We'll put it that way. It's not in a great spot.
But it's better than communism.
It's a lot better than communism and socialism is right now. Because let's look at all of the examples of where it's been used.
Hey, hey Venezuela, how you doing?
And a lot of people go, oh, well, China's communist and they're a world power. China's not fully communist.
They aren't. Yeah, I mean,
so that doesn't count. Full communism. The USSR has fallen apart. Every other country that's used communism is in a destitute economic state.
I thought Russia was
falling apart.
I thought Russia wasn't a communist state anymore.
It's not anymore.
Yeah, because it fucked up.
It fucked up. The USSR was communist.
Like,
the USSR was dissolved.
There was no currency in communist society, was there?
No, there's currency.
Oh,
there's no advancement. Where you are is where you stay.
And that's just not good.
Yeah.
Unless you're an author, I want to stay. If I become an author, I want to stay an author. You know.
That's the problem with those systems. Is no one can have any more or any less than anyone else.
Welcome to economic chat on We'll Figure It Out.
Yeah, but then but they have an issue there of, okay, no one can have any more or any less than anyone else. But when everyone already has literally fucking scraps, that doesn't help anybody. And then look at socialism. Yeah, socialism could work, except the fact that Venezuela's currency is a fucking joke now. World of Warcraft gold currency. Gold currency on a made-up world is worth more than an entire country's currency.
Yes, I would like to spend one Warframe plat on this, please. It's probably worth more than a Venezuelan dollar.
There are actually several in-game currencies because you can use those currencies to pay for goods that cost real money. So they have an economic value then at that point. And you can give a currency exchange rate to it.
So yeah, Specs, you are rich in Venezuela right now.
Yeah, currency exchange for World of Warcraft gold, in equivalent to US dollar, makes World of Warcraft gold worth more than Venezuelan currency. That's how bad of a state situation that socialism caused. So people our age that are fucking calling for this shit, go back to fucking history class and learn, and go back to economics and learn how these systems work before you fucking call for
Just learn how many people died because of communism.
Because there's no assistance to anything. Social programs work, but social programs are not socialism. And that is a huge misconstrued ideal that is plaguing our entire generation. I would honestly say I would truly be scared if our government changed over to a socialist society.
It would never.
That is the point where the U.S. falls.
There are a lot of people who do not want socialism.
A vast majority. It's a very, very minor minority if you're calling for socialism.
The loudest minority, but a minority nonetheless.
The loudest minority of all time.
Like, Bernie Sanders
had good ideas for social programs. Socialism is a horrible concept.
I don't think he was thinking like, let's change it all to socialism. I think he just had socialist ideas.
Social programs. One of his big things is a lot of what Trump was doing with Social Security. Get it the fuck off the federal government. It is killing us. is choking us dry.
Is Trump
We
still
have
doing that?
5 times the amount. Trump was the one who cut all this. Is moving. He pushed the bill in that's gonna destroy it on a federal level, to push state governments to take it over, because state governments won't just take it over.
So he's doing something good.
He's doing something indirectly, and a lot of people don't realize a lot of what he's doing is directly affecting things to indirectly divert them to where they're supposed to be. Because if Social Security fails at a federal level, it forces state governments to take over for it.
Yeah.
Once it gets off the federal backbone, that eliminates a good 3/4 of our fiscal debt.
Oh yeah.
What do you think
How
about-
much is it right now?
Well, the problem being is we have 5 times the people retiring, and a fifth of the amount of people retiring are working. It's not that we're not putting money into Social Security, we're taking it out and using it for other things. It's there's not enough people working because there's fucking 80,000 goddamn baby boomers retiring. There's too many fucking old people. That's the problem. Why do you think we don't have a fucking cure for cancer and shit? It's not that we can't fucking do it. We can grow babies in test tubes without sperm and eggs. We don't make it because it's population control. There's too many fucking people. Longevity is 95 to 100 average age now, and you're healthy. We bring that shit in. Do you realize how many fucking overpopulations issues we'd have? There's a reason we are slowly integrating things like that.
That's why I'm glad. That's why I'm glad that this society, this generation is more of a generation where we're not kind of forced by society to have children, because the people who actually want to have children will have children.
Yeah, there's no obligation to do it because we weren't at wartime like baby boomers were. We didn't need an immense amount of people in anticipation for a global conflict. And nowadays, we have enough fucking depressed 22-year-olds that we don't need any kind of draft or anything. There's plenty of them signing up for the military because they don't know what to do with their lives.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, people don't realize, yeah, we can cure all these things, but it comes down to, and maybe it's because I was raised in a household that had military ideals and military leadership experience. There comes a point where you need to make that call. Do we go back and save that one group of troops at the risk of getting more people in danger, or do we leave with everyone else and leave the few behind? Sometimes you need to make that call. Yeah, we might be able to get these guys out, but at what risk?
Yeah.
And that's the call that gets made like that. That's why technology hasn't advanced a whole lot recently. That's why medical science hasn't really done too much recently in the last maybe 10 years. It's to make sure we get things balanced out before we progress again. Because if we progress again too quickly, there's a very, very real danger there with that progression. It's not that we don't want to, it's that if we do, we run an incredible risk of putting everything into chaos.
So I won't get my sex bots?
No, you'll probably get your sex bots.
Yes.
Don't worry, but the sex bots are probably definitely coming. Don't worry about that.
Did you hear that article where there's like, we are now creating sex bots that will refuse sex? It's like, so I bought this for nothing?
So regular robots?
So a human being?
Yeah. Like, what the hell does that do for anybody? Why am I buying a sex bot that will tell me no? I mean, unless I'm into a refusal fetish thing, why am I interested in this product?
There are a surprising amount of women who are actually into non-consensual sex fetishes.
I've met a couple of them who are into that kind of thing.
And and the thing is, it's non-consensual consensual.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Obviously, they're not just like chomping at the bit, hoping someone will come out and
just kind of pound the crap out of them.
No, they're just like they just want that kind of.
They like that role play.
Yes.
They like that good. But no, like that. We hear it. We'll figure it out. Do not judge you by your fetishes. Whatever you're
Unless
into,
it's scat, that's fucking weird.
Unless it's scat fetish, then you get that shit the kind of like you. We don't want you in this community if you're into that.
No,
kind of
I'm
stuff.
serious. Like I just look at shit and just like, how can you be into this?
How can you be into that? Like, it is poop.
Or necrophilia. That's fucked up too.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Unless the person before they died was like, go ahead and fuck the shit out of my dead body.
That would be because consent was given to fuck the shit out of your dead body. In that regard is the only time necrophilia is okay. Otherwise, do not desecrate the dead for the love of everything that is morally correct in the world by normal people judgment.
Yeah.
Because there are wrong people judgments in that regard. Some people are really weird and have really fucked up moral code. And that does absolutely exist. There are people who have like people who walk around beating up people who wear MAGA hats. Like, don't do that. Don't fucking do that. That's just not cool.
I think that's actually one of the. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. No, I definitely saw it come up.
No, I thought like no, I was like, oh, I thought I put that on the docket, but I did not.
How did you not?
I don't.
Like
know.
that was a really.
I think I was
fucked up
more
thing.
focused on the.
Everything else.
No, on the what was it called? The Guild Wars 2 thing, which we'll get to. But
I've
first, let's
only
talk about
saw
that.
glances at that, I don't
So-
know what's going on with that one.
I saw this randomly one night. I think I was probably one of the first to actually see it when it came out. Where they're just like, I was sitting with my friend, and he was wearing a MAGA hat. I don't exactly associate with that, but he's my friend, so.
Yeah.
And then
I mean,
some
if
dude
you-
just came up and grabbed the hat and just threw soda in my friend's face. And so
What a
it's
dick.
like, what the fuck?
That's not cool. Like, dude, if you disagree with someone politically, that's fine. You're entitled to that right as an American citizen. I have family members who fought and died for you to have that right. You do not have the right to kick the shit out of someone for having a different.
It wasn't exactly kicking the shit, but it was assault.
Yeah, you don't have the right to assault people because they have different political views.
Especially 16-year-olds.
Yeah, like that's not cool. Don't do that. I don't care if you're a fucking Nazi. Now, if you're an Islamic terrorist or a Nazi terrorist trying to physically harm other people, then yes, you brought that on yourself, but let law enforcement deal with that. But at the same time, though, if you just have Nazi viewpoints and you don't actually go out of the way, or if you have Trump viewpoints, but you don't go out of the way to harm people that do it,
Yeah,
That
that's the thing.
person's not harming
As long
you.
as they aren't doing shit.
yeah, as long as they aren't physically or verbally trying to abuse other people who have different viewpoints than them,
Like,
why are you beating the shit out
you
of
can be against abortion, but as long as you're not firebombing... What the fuck?
Fireborn?
Firebomb!
Firebomb.
As long as you're not
clinics.
firebombing, abortion clinics, then I'm fine.
Yeah, then there's nothing to worry about here. But if it's the bullshit if you're gonna try and bring this friggin'
You're gonna firebomb.
they're terrible people. I'm gonna go firebomb them. Like, no, don't do that. That's terrible.
Like, they're terrible
Like,
people. I'm
you're
gonna
just
take
a
their hat.
horrible
I'm
person.
gonna commit thievery and assault on these two 16-year-olds.
Yeah, like, are you trying to get yourself
And-
arrested?
And he
Who's gonna
did.
get arrested? Yeah, that's a
No,
good way to
yeah,
get
no, he
arrested.
got arrested.
Yeah, I would expect him to.
And not only that, but someone set up an Indiegogo page to get him out.
Wow.
They're like, this
Wow.
guy did nothing wrong. Trump eat the brain. Like, okay, guys, here's the thing. I don't like Trump. I think he's an idiot.
You don't have to like Trump.
You have to.
honestly.
But
you shouldn't like.
I am
shouldn't
not going
like
to
anyone who spits
deny.
it on.
I'm not going to deny that he has done some good things.
Yeah, I may not agree with everything he's done. But there's
South
absolutely
Korea and North
nothing
Korea are
reason.
friends because of him.
Some people argue, oh, that started years ago. They've been at war up until now and have shown no signs
Literally,
of
it was
life.
because of the no. I think from what I heard, it was because Kim Jong Il read Trump's book.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. Yeah, it's just like don't.
But yeah,
I don't care how much you hate a person unless they are actually dangerous.
I mean, like,
Don't wanna
Nazi
s-
Germany.
But these
Hitler
are
was
these are
actually
two
dangerous
16-year-olds
after a certain
enjoying some time at a restaurant.
point. Yeah. Like, don't, like, attacking politicians because they're of a specific political party or work for a certain person to openly attack them verbally and physically? What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with you people? That's just so messed up. That is so messed
Like
up.
all those people are going like, let's attack ICE agents. Like they're just doing their job.
They're doing their job.
And the thing is, like, if you want them to leave their job, imagine this: there's probably someone who really wants to separate those families, who is really into that. These people are trying their best to be nice. So, like,
Most of the time, they're just following directions.
and yeah, because oh, that's what the Nazis said. Yeah, the thing is,
Oh.
there's no gassing going on over here.
Like, we don't do that.
They're literally just being put into somewhat not great areas. Like, even though they look pretty much fine to me.
Compared to what things were before, like the only issue there was separating the kids from.
That's the bad part. That's the bad part.
Which, when it was addressed, they went, "Oh, we messed up," and they stopped, and then got the kids back with the families.
But then there's like some cases where it's that girl on the time magazine, where it's just because, oh, the mother was a shit and took their daughter and tried to smuggle her over to America, and the daughter didn't want to be there.
Didn't even want to be here.
Yeah, so it's basically, yeah, just don't be, unless someone's being a shit to you. My philosophy is, if someone's being an asshole, you can be an asshole back.
Yeah, but if they're not being an asshole, if them existing to you makes you believe they're being an asshole, rethink your life choices, because there might be something wrong with you.
Which brings us to the next piece of news, which was Guild Wars 2.
Our news is weird this week. Like, we're usually more gaming, not pseudo-political.
I mean, yeah, no, don't worry, there's gaming shit in here. It's just not.
Okay,
It's been a slow week.
We're starting to sound a lot like Phil DeFranco over here, and I'm like, this is a weird turn our show has taken this week.
Brought to you by Squarespace.
Brought to you by Squarespace. We're not actually.
No, but I mean, we wouldn't mind if Squarespace.
We wouldn't lie. People don't go on the internet and lie and tell lies.
We wouldn't mind if Squarespace were to, just give us a sponsor.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. I'd be
dollars.
Help freelance make money.
Yeah. Anyway, but so there's this one woman named Jessica Price, and she works for Guilds War 2.
Guildswar?
Fuck you. Guilds War 2.
You know what English is tonight? Are you doing all right? Are you doing all right, my friend?
My pills are wearing off.
Oh. What pills?
My ADHD pills.
Oh.
The ones that allow me to focus on words.
Those sound like they suck.
They help actually. So.
I would imagine they probably.
And I've
help.
finally gotten my dosage down to an area that I want it to be. So I'm good.
You mentioned a while ago you were trying to wean yourself.
No,
out.
yeah, me and my psychiatrist, yeah, and I think we've gotten to a point where I'm just like, yeah, we'll just take out the Wellbutrin, and I'm fine with this, kind of a thing.
Yeah, because you said that they were like they threw you on like all kinds of.
Oh my god, dude.
Bull crap.
So
and you were,
much.
Like, hopped up on every god awful thing you could think of.
Yeah, so I'm glad to actually get to a point where I just need to take medication because I have to, or else I won't really function that well.
Right.
So, Guild Wars 2. There is this woman named Jessica Price. I don't know what she does over there, but
I think she was the writer from what I read.
yeah. Let's see. So I have the article up right now. Let's see.
Forgot to feed Tony. I should probably do.
On July 3rd, Jessica, Guild Wars 2 writer. Jessica Price posted a Twitter thread about writing for MMOs. She discussed the balance between giving player characters a personality, but leaving enough for players to feel it's still their character. Here's the post compiled for easy reading. Yeah, so on Niche Gamers read, people booting up Bioshock know they're playing Jack. People starting Dishonored know they're playing Corvo. People beginning Tomb Raider know they're playing Lara Croft. So in those games, you have more wiggle room to make the protagonist an actual character. Whereas in an RPG, where the character chooses all kinds of character options and names, their character and designs, their designs, their face, and so on, they feel more ownership for that character. They're not playing the character you designed; they're playing the character they designed. So if Jack or Lara or Corvo says or does something the player doesn't feel that they would say or do, the player's more forgiving because they have the expectation that they're piloting a character someone else created. Not the overall plot objective quest, but the interpersonal stuff, the PC's reactions players respond strongly to. Some people don't like it if they think their character is responding in ways that make them too much of an asshole. Some don't like it if their character's responses seem weak. So basically, most things that you do writing-wise to give a character character are going to upset a large contingent, maybe even a majority of your players. She explains how writing an MMO character is akin to Bella Swan from the Twilight novels. In Price's opinion, the character is almost a blank slate for the audience to project onto, noting they should have just enough personality to function. All of her personality traits are chosen to avoid protecting the reader from inserting themselves in the space she holds in the story. So I'm not really sure if I agree with most of what she says.
I mean, writing's weird. Every writer has their own perspective of how a story should be told. Now, whether or not that's right is, again, dependent on the writer. I'm sure you know that, being someone who wants to be a writer.
Yeah, the characters I make, I make them the way I want to, but I also make them ways so that people might like them,
Right.
My main character from my novel, London Jade, who's London Jade, she is... what the basis of our character is, I wanted to make a lovable scoundrel that is a girl, because there don't really seem to be a whole lot of those.
There isn't, and they're usually like some hard ass like I don't give a shit about anything.
Either a badass woman or just like or just like a woman that says they're badass but doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to be London. I want London to be a person who is badass, but also, you know, funny and kind, but also an asshole in some situations and has flaws.
Right.
This is a character I'm building for my story, and not a character someone's building for my story. I'm building it myself. So yeah, its writing is very subjective. It is something that no matter what kind of criticism you get, it is all criticism that you should probably take into consideration, or just someone's other advice. Because writing, thing is, I've watched a lot of people giving writing tips. It's like, yeah, some of these tips are different from others, or some of them are complete opposites from other tips I've heard. And the way I think of these tips are, you should take them, but not take them to heart. Write the way you want to. People are reading your books because they like your writing style.
Uh-huh.
So if you create your writing style and not make it, you know, very similar to someone else's, then you're unique, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Exactly.
For example, I try to put like a lot of sarcasm or sometimes even some like snark into my narrator. I don't really know of an example, but I've had a few. But anyway. In response, there's a person named Durier, a partnered Guild Wars 2 streamer through ArenaNet's content creator program, replied to Price's thread. Really interesting thread to read. Okay, hand emoji. However, allow me to disagree slightly. Important word. I don't believe the issue lies in the MMORPG genre itself, as your wording seemingly suggests. I believe the issue lies in the constraints of the living story's narrative design. When you want the outcome to be the same across the board for all players' experiences, then yes, by design you are extremely limited in how you can construct the personality of the PC. But if instead players were given the option to meaningfully express their character through branching dialogue options, which also aren't just on the checklist for an achievement that forces you through all dialogue options, then perhaps players would be more invested in the role-playing aspect of that particular MMORPG. Nonetheless, I appreciate the insightful thread. So he was extremely polite.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
That sounded like to me.
And what he talks about is like something that I love a lot. In Shadowrun Dragonfall, what's cool about what you make your character be is that people ask you like, so what was your life back? What was your life like, you know, years ago? And they give you several options to choose from of what your character can say, and they're all different. And you're like, oh, I build my character through dialogue.
Right, and that's something cool to be able to do.
Like, there's one that was like, oh, how'd you know this person? It's like, oh, we were friends. Oh, we were acquaintances. And the one I chose was like, oh, we were lovers. I chose that one because I found that to be the most interesting. We was fucking. And it's like, oh, cool. Now I've just made my character a gay.
A whore.
A whore gay.
A whore gay.
Now,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. My character in Skyrim before I started rebuilding it tonight was like that.
Yeah, it's the thing. The thing that's the problem with both sides of the political spectrum. There is nothing wrong with gay people.
Says okay.
There's nothing wrong with having gay people in games, guys.
No, and when you need some nookie, it's whoever stops moving long enough to say yes.
Like I retweeted that Bunty King tweet where he had a video of basically just going through the comment section of the Last of Us 2 gameplay trailer.
Uh-huh.
Where people were complaining because, oh my god, look at all these gay girls, lesbians, oh, SJW much? Even though, and like, some of them were like, they never established she was a lesbian. They established she was a lesbian.
I haven't played the game, and I know they established.
No, it's because there's a DLC that specifically, like, sure, they might hint at it a little bit, like, in the main game, but there's a DLC that strictly says, hey, she's a gay.
She's the gay.
Yeah.
She's a very, very home.
So, yeah, there's like, you make your character through dialogue, and I always love those options because they allow me to build the outline for whatever kind of background I want to give my character.
Right.
Anyway, Price felt that Dario was being condescending and replied to his thread with, "Thanks for trying to tell me what we do internally, my dude."
What?
Dario responded, "You getting mad at my obvious attempt at creating dialogue and discussion with you instead of just replying that I'm wrong or otherwise correct me in my false assumptions is really just disheartening for me. You do you, though. I'm sorry if it offended. I'll leave you to it." Price then posted several tweets between July 3rd and 4th, saying how she felt she was being spoken down to and the annoyance of those who she felt had no experience offering advice or guidance. On July 3rd, she argued with another streamer MMO Inks after his discussion with another Twitter user in reply to her tweets. Price: "As an amateur fantasy writer, I would like to tell you, a professional fantasy writer." Oh.
No, I'm listening.
Oh no, those were sorry. I was just these were apparently in quotes. She was like quoting apparently what he was like Inks was saying. He said like, "As an amateur fantasy writer, I'd like to tell you, a professional fantasy writer." Basically, she's like summing up what he said in her own way. Maybe listen to yourself and stop right there, my dude. MMO Inc. says, "While it's odd that they would classify themselves and you as such, it's possible they still have had valuable criticism." I guess he's defending. Oh, there. No, kidding. Cat, you do not take my spaghetti.
She took your spaghetti?
My cat was about to eat my spaghetti. I saw you.
Not touching my spaghetti.
No. You're banned from my room. Out. Out.
You're banned.
Banned. Go back to your sink.
You touching my spaghetti? That's a ding dong banu.
I've once like looked over sometimes at like other times where it's like, oh, my cat's already eating my spaghetti, motherfucker.
Already eaten the spaghetti.
But now I was able to catch it. I was able to catch him.
Caught her before she got neck deep in the.
Him. Yeah. So Inks was like defending Dario. Ken Marable, who I think works at ArenaNet. Or maybe it wasn't valid criticism and was instead the same sexist stuff she has to put up with every single day. Either way, I trust her to be able to tell the difference. So here we go. Mansplaining.
Oh.
This person's accusing him of mansplaining. So,
Oh.
I don't know, Inks, perhaps we clearly don't know the whole story, but I didn't see a sexist comment from what was provided. I'd rather not assume someone is sexist, rather that it was criticism valid or not. Price, sir, please go away. MMO Inks, don't know what I said to upset you, but fair enough. Price, the comment I was talking about wasn't necessarily sexist. Your response implying my action was overblown or my experience of it didn't happen, however, is the shit women in games deal with every time we say anything about our experiences, and you just used your one pre-block strike. MMO Inks, I certainly wasn't trying to imply that it didn't happen. Your reaction in that first tweet, without further context, came across that their criticism because they are an amateur. Their words meant less. I would respond the same regardless of sex or gender. Price, sure, my dude. Now get out of my fucking feed with your assumptions and your entitlement to my time.
Woof. Woof.
We're not done.
We're not done.
On July 4th, Price responded to Dario's earlier comments again in 2 separate tweets.
Oh no.
Today, in being a female game dev, allow me, a person who does not work with you, to explain you how to do your job. And then another tweet, like the next rando asshat who attempts to explain the concept of branching dialogue to me, as if you know, having worked in game dev for fucking decade, I have never heard of it. I've never heard of it. Is getting insta-blocked. PSA. Dario responded, so much for an open discussion, I guess. I meant no disrespect at all. Never did, never will, neither did I imply I knew better. Nor has this anything to do with gender. Never did, never will. I will reject my comment because obviously I'm in the wrong forum for this kind of talk. So he was being extremely kind. Almost too kind, in my opinion, at this point. Fellow Guild Wars 2 writer Peter Fries, oh, this is the other person, also weighed in on the debate. After Price tweeted, ask yourself why he felt the need to do that, though. Fries responded, also see lopsided defense of mansplaining in your mentions versus outpouring of sympathy for a misunderstood dude in his.
Oh boy.
We're not done.
We're still going.
Fries also defended Price's belief that Dario was unjustified to other Twitter users. James, of course we were going to be sympathetic to the dude who got reduced to nothing but a mansplaining rando asshat. Just for trying to have a meaningful discussion, I understand the desire to defend a colleague, but playing the whole gender card is just sad. Fries. Oh, that's what James... Who's James? Oh, wait, who's James?
I don't know, this got weird.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, Fries. Here's a bit of insight that I legitimately. Oh, these are just other Twitter users, I guess. Here's a bit of insight that I legitimately hope he reflects on. She never asked for his feedback. Nudge Tack says, "What the fuck? What kind of way of looking at the world is that? We didn't ask for our fans' input when we put our thoughts on social media? Customer relations?" Fries. These are our private social media accounts. Imagine you're an astronomer and you start sharing some things you've learned in the last few months since you began a research project observing Saturn, only to have observation techniques explained to you by a layman. Over on the official Guild Wars 2 forum, Guild Wars 2 and Guild Wars 2 subreddit, users have been responding and discussing the drama. Eventually, ArenaNet President Michael Bryan responded to the official forum confirming both employees had been terminated. Recently, 2 of our employees failed to uphold our standards of communicating with players. Their attacks on the community were unacceptable. As a result, they are no longer with the company. I want to be clear that the statements they made do not reflect the reviews of Arena at all. As a company, we always strive to have a collaborative relationship with the Guild Wars community. We value your input. We make this game for you. And that is the end of the story. So,
In the end, justice was served.
here's the thing. You put something on the internet. Doesn't matter if it's your private account. You're going to get feedback.
Yes, that.
Thinking you
and
never get feedback is being a fucking dumb.
On top of that, when you start not only on your personal account putting your own opinion out there on the internet, getting feedback, as it will happen, because that's how the internet works, but to then make comments pertaining to your job now no longer makes it only your personal opinion, now involves your workplace.
Yeah, if you put the place where you work in your bio, guess what? They're part of it.
Yeah, it's that now, and even if you put in my tweets are my own, it still can reflect back on the company.
Like, honestly, the discussion they had was fairly civil, except for Price being a fucking bitch.
Or being a dumb.
And Fry's also being a bitch. I'm not being sexist here, but they're both bitches. And it's this thing where, like, this is not mansplaining. This is someone providing their input. Because when it comes to creativity and creative writing, no one's opinion is correct.
No.
It is their opinion, and that's how they think they do it. That's how they think that it should be done, and that is their opinion. If Stephen King came into that discussion and started talking about it like the way Darrier did, do you think Price would have felt the same way?
Who knows?
Or someone like, I don't know, like Hideo Kojima. Not that he would care.
No, he wouldn't give a shit about
But
that.
if you were to come in there and talk about it and give his opinion like as if it was Darrier's, I'm not sure how Price would think, but I don't think Price would be as disrespectful because he's a great, you know?
Yeah.
But even then, it's like, no one's mansplaining you. They're just providing their opinion. If it came to something like, I think this is how you should program, or this is how I like to, you know, do... trying to think. This is how I like to do quest design, or gameplay design, then yeah, sure, they might be just trying to, like, give you, like, this is how you should do it. But when it comes to things like creativity, creative writing, art, that's all subjective. Your opinion is yours, their opinion is theirs. No one's explaining anything to anyone. They're just giving their idea out. Right?
Pretty much.
Like as I said before, with those videos of people giving, like, you know, writing tips. I take the information and I go, okay, I'll you know, put this into into further consideration for when I start to write, but I'm not gonna, like, make it how I write. I write how I write, and I just use this advice to help a little bit, to give some pointers. Because obviously these people have more experience than I do, so obviously they might know a little bit better, or they might know how I can improve the writing style I'm trying to make. Kind of a thing. Creativity will always be subjective. Unless if you're a really bad person. Like, if Right to Hell Retribution, I'm going to tell you how to make that. And that is not how you should have made that, because that game was a shit.
What game?
Right to Hell Retribution, known as one of the worst games of 2013.
Oh. Also known as one of the worst games of 2013.
It's really bad.
Is it that bad?
Yeah. No, I mean, It's everyone's worst game of that year. Everyone's, even people who haven't played it, because they saw. They saw.
Oh.
I've played it, and yeah, it's not good. It's not good. You should just like look up gameplay of it or something. Look up like someone playing it, because yeah, it's not. It's not.
If there's someone actually playing it.
No, there are walks, like two best friends have a walkthrough of it.
Oh.
And trust me, they do not relent on their shitting of it. As they should. But yeah, so I think ArenaNet did the right thing in this situation.
As in pitching them both to the curve?
Yeah. Because like those people were obviously if they treat customers like that, then I wouldn't want them working for me either.
Exactly.
The thing when you know in customer relations is no matter how much of a shit the person is to you, you're nice, because you are representing an entire company. I, as a library aide, I'm representing the entire library when I talk to someone at the library, or when I'm wearing a library uniform. I am representing the entire library. This is what all the people at the library like. That's what they think. So, no matter what, you have to be nice. That is how customer service works. No matter what. And Jessica Price and Fries, they fucked up.
Pretty bad.
And anyone who defends them is a dumb. And there are people defending them. And I just want to say, mansplaining is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
Like, I'm not sure how Drew would react, because he's kind of a... Like, no offense to him, but he does kind of...
He does lean left. And
he does lean left, and I respect that, but I mean... Here's the thing, mansplaining is a way just to shut people up. It's a way to get a man to shut up, because you're making him think that he's being condescending, when really he's just giving tips.
Yeah, and it's not like...
Now, if he's being condescending, don't call it mansplaining. He's just being condescending.
Yeah, right? If you're being condescending, actually say, hey, you're being condescending.
Like, there's no difference with it just because he's a man.
No, and it shouldn't be... There should never be a case that I can't give you input because I don't have a vagina.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Now, for me, it's like when I write fanfictions, like comments, mostly I get positive comments, which is, always good, but a few times I gotten some, like, brief, like, kind of negative, but only because I might have fucked something up in some areas, and, like, I respect that, because as long as they aren't being a complete shit about their criticism, I will take that criticism, but if they are being a complete shit, I'm not even gonna fucking respond to them.
Right.
But if they are courteous, like these people did, like these people were, then I would be like, yeah, no, I'll take those in consideration. Thank you very much. And I'll just go about my day. You should never let criticism get you down. You should let it improve you.
Exactly.
Anyway, I think we talked about enough about that. My right hand hurts for some reason. Like, the joints in it.
Oh, let's see.
Anyway, no, I do that with my left hand, you idiot. So, there was one thing earlier this week that kind of pissed me off, and this also has to do with creativity and art. So, we criticized CalArts before. CalArts being, like, the Thundercats reboot.
Oh, yeah. Let's make the same generic
The
thing
bean face.
Worth of it.
Yeah. So, some CalArts students are really pushing it.
What do you mean?
Earlier this week, there were some people who were talking how at CalArts, Don Bluth, you know Don Bluth?
Yeah.
He is seen as a joke.
What?
I will get the... oh my god, my hand. What the fuck, dude? Anyway, so I'm gonna... I'm not gonna say the name of the person who said it, but I'm just gonna bring it up. They basically tweeted What's funny is that when I was still attending CalArts, Don Bluth was always considered a joke for cheesy, outdated, overflowing animation. When his name is mentioned among other classmates or teachers, it starts with a roll of eyes or a sigh, then a rant. I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
I've never seen a whole lot of Don Bluth, but what I've seen is fucking really good animation.
Yeah, I've never, and I don't think I've ever personally heard people make fun of him.
But CalArts is.
What's wrong with these people?
Like, I don't know. Like sure, he might have had some like hit and misses with some of his movies. Like I think what was it, Rockadoodle?
But literally everybody has shit they make that flops completely.
I mean Hideo Kojima.
It's literally most of his career. Sadly.
I mean, not the people who made Life of Black Tiger.
No, those guys are gods.
They are
among men.
gods among men. No, but seriously, like Don Bluth's work, it is so much better than anything I've seen from CalArts, except for like there are some CalArts shows that are actually pretty good. Gravity Falls, for example. That's not exclusively, you know, CalArts, but like it's still similar.
It's still pretty good.
And it's good because it provides a good story, and doesn't reboot a well-loved franchise. But like Don Bluth's animation, from what I've seen of it, it always looked so good. It was it flowed well. It was animated well. You can obviously tell he put a lot of work into it. And some people might think it's because he does kind of sexualize some characters. And I mean,
everyone does it.
Here's the thing: it's like if you're going to make a cartoon character, it's a cartoon character. You're not gonna make realistic proportions. It's like, get over your fucking self, CalArts students. You're not as good as you probably think you are. You are nothing compared to Don Bluth, who has done really well for himself.
You're sitting in an unpaid internship, criticizing him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Ooh, fucking got him.
Ooh, got him. But yeah, so fuck those guys.
Look at me go. Spicy tonight.
Short little story. 500 measles cases have been found in Oregon.
Vaccinate your fucking kids.
Vaccinate your fucking kids, guys. I don't care. Deal with the autism. Autism isn't even that bad.
It's not even caused by vaccinations, first of all.
It's not even caused by vaccination. And even if it was, there's no problem with it. People with autism have gone on to have like wonderful careers.
Yeah, it's not a.
Sometimes they're the best in their field.
Yeah, look at that. A dedicated focus setup makes you really good at focusing on your job. Who would have guessed? Holy crap.
Well, it's a well-known people with autism. There you go. Let's see. Let's go on to, people on the autism spectrum. Let's see. Yeah, so we got, Tim Burton.
Ooh, look at that. One of the most well-renowned people.
Charles Darwin.
Oh my god, the guy who, found out that we evolved.
Steve Jobs, James Joyce.
Kind of thinking.
Stanley Kubrick. Here's the thing. Autism usually focuses you on one thing. It's like very hard.
So that you end up doing that one thing really, 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 really well.
So with people like Tim Burton and people like Stanley Kubrick, and who is Stanley Kubrick, who is known to be a infamous perfectionist.
Yep.
Autism can help you focus on something and do it well. Nikola Tesla was a fucking autism.
Freaking not only developed but predicted friggin'
Elon Musk.
Yeah, look at Elon Musk, but freaking Nikola Tesla predicted wireless technology.
No, he predicted Elon Musk
40 years before it even happened. Yeah, he also predicted Elon Musk.
I'm not sure Elon Musk has autism.
In 40 years, I will return in another form.
And his name is Elon Musk.
His name will be Elon Musk. Wait for him. He will be your savior.
Yeah, a lot of people like Sir Isaac Newton had autism.
Yeah.
And it's because, and that's why they're so good at what they do, is because autism has them focus on it so hard.
Now it comes with its own, issues.
Of course, but like, so does like,
Past it,
apparently having photographic memory,
tends to help.
it's usually associated with autism. Hello?
Usually.
Yeah,
It's not
usually.
always the case, though. It's not always usually. Like, they don't correlate. One doesn't immediately mean the other.
Yeah. So, vaccinate your fucking kids. This shouldn't even need to be said. Why are people so against people vaccinating kids? Why? Why?
Why you do this?
You want your kids to live, right? Like, honestly, it's only a matter of time before there are going to be laws passed where, like, if a kid kills another kid because the kid wasn't vaccinated, the parents are held responsible and are arrested.
It absolutely should be a thing, I think.
That should, and like, I'm surprised it's not already one. I'm surprised it's not already a fucking law.
It'll take one kid getting sick and find out.
It's
the other
already
kid that got
happened.
Sick wasn't vaccinated, and it goes to court.
It's already happened. And
Oh,
like,
yeah,
no,
well-
they ruled in favor of the parent who didn't vaccinate their kids. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but like, I'm pretty sure it happened somewhere. Like, just vaccinate your fucking kids. It might. I don't know how much vaccinations cost.
They cost next to nothing. Insurance covers them.
If you have insurance.
Most people have insurance,
Yeah.
actually.
And if you have insurance, yeah, it will be because people don't want people to have kids that can kill other kids.
What if they have a gun?
What if they have a gun? And it was given to them because they had vaccination, and vaccination made them want to get a gun.
Vaccinated, so now you get to have a gun.
Vaccination equals guns. That's a new marketing campaign.
Dude, if we get the NRA behind it, though, then
Honestly,
everybody will
I
get
swear to God, if that actually becomes a fucking marketing campaign,
To get your kids to
I
vaccinate,
wouldn't
and
doubt
give you a
it.
free gun.
Actually,
We give you a free gun if you get the
it's like we've looked into people who've done school shootings, and they had vaccinations.
Oh no. They also played video games.
Oh my God. It's funny. There's this one movie I saw. It was about the Columbine shooting,
Oh,
but it
boy.
was done from a Christian perspective.
Oh boy.
Where I guess like one of the girls who got shot was like a Christian.
Oh boy.
When they portrayed the shooters, oh boy,
Oh boy.
they were the evilest people I've ever seen in my entire life. One of them was writing in a Nazi handbook.
I don't think that's what actually happened. I feel like there may have been.
And
some,
no, I mean like it's a handbook that has the swastika all over it. Like, wow, I guess these people are super Nazis.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, so it was just I forgot what it was called, but it was fucking dumb. And it was made by, it was like a Christian movie.
Oh boy. I feel like we might be venturing in danger as you two.
yeah, man. Anyway, so yeah, vaccinate your fucking kids. Just do that.
Just do it.
So yeah, Todd Howard has responded to people saying like, "Why are you fucking?"
This is my favorite story.
This is the best story probably we had because it is amazing. Todd Howard has spoken with people or asking like, "Why won't you stop re-releasing Skyrim?" And his response is, "A lot of
You'll
people
keep
are buying it. If you're still if you don't want it to be re-released, stop buying Skyrim." That is literally the thing he said because people don't stop playing Skyrim.
Yeah.
People keep playing it.
Buying it.
People keep
We'll
buying it. Just stop fucking buying it.
Stop if you don't want Skyrim anymore. Stop buying Skyrim.
Just stop.
And then hey, maybe they'll stop making it.
Like, see, every year there's a new idea we can't do and a new technology for something that excites us, Howard said. I'd say I want it to be sustainable. Eventually there will become a day where I'm not making games at Bethesda. Hopefully that's a long time away, but I want to make sure that who we are, what the worlds are and the company is that's sustainable far beyond me. Honestly, like as much as we make fun of Todd, he has made some great games.
And the dude fucking leans into the meme like that. He's a damned hero for that.
You gotta love the guy.
Lean.
And besides,
into...
he even like skipped E3 1 year because his kid was like having a graduation. It was like, see,
yeah, like that's more important.
good man, good man.
Right? Todd Howard gets a lot of respect. I give him a lot of crap.
We
just
do it for the meme
respect.
though.
We do it for the meme.
We love the guy though.
We love you, Todd. If you're watching.
Yeah.
Todd Howard's just sitting in his studio.
Thank you, finally.
Like fucking Shia LaBeouf in the audience of his own play for actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. So, Sony, the picture company, the ones who do movies.
Not to be confused with the video game company who doesn't want people playing with their stuff.
We'll get to that.
With their stuff.
Yeah. So Sony, apparently there's this movie coming out called Kali the Killer. And they released a Red Band trailer. And if you don't know what a Red Band trailer is, it is a trailer that shows, basically just it doesn't have any kind of guidelines. So it shows all of the it shows gore, it shows nudity, it shows sexual content. It's basically telling you like, hey, this is what.
Porn in this.
Yeah. So like Deadpool. A famous example of this was the people who were watching were gonna watch Peter Rabbit. The Red Band. Kid movie. The Red Band trailer for Hereditary came on, which from what I heard is a fucking horrifying movie.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad.
In fact, I know a kid's head gets whacked off by a street pole.
Yep, I'm a grown adult, and I won't go see that movie.
I just don't want to see it. It doesn't seem like my kind of movie.
It's too spooky.
It doesn't have jump scares. It's kind of just like it scares you with how fucked up it is, kind of a thing. Apparently it's very well made. So anyway, so yeah, they uploaded the Red Band trailer, but there's something weird about this Red Band trailer. It was like 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
You mean the whole movie?
That's right.
That's right.
They uploaded the entire movie instead.
Whoops.
By accident. It's just like, but it's fucking great.
So
Sony movie pictures never stop being a fuck up.
It never stops screwing up literally every.
Man, the only reason Sony's like still popular is because of the PS4.
Yeah, that's probably the only reason they're still.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
yes.
this skin texture mod for females has 3 settings. It's the Valhalla texture mod, and it has main files Asgard, Midgard, and Niflheim.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Niflheim is the 2K textures, Midgard is the 4K textures, and then Asgard is the 8K uncompressed instant death to FPS version.
Damn.
I feel
Man,
like that's the only
women
one I
so
can put
man,
on
the
my
women booby so powerful. It just destroys your
gotta
computer.
have the
Strongest
most
booby.
the most powerful texture pack in the universe.
That's Chitty is very powerful, especially against living things.
Fucking thank you, Xbox, for being so weird and dumb.
What do you mean?
The most powerful system in the universe.
Oh my god, yeah.
Thank you for always being so weird and dumb. You guys are great.
Man,
I
I
will
sure
never
love
buy
having
your
this most powerful console in the universe. I wish I had some games to play on it, though.
Wish I had games to play. Would it be great if it had games?
Anyway, so, we talked a bit about the cross-platform problem that Sony was having.
Yeah, kind of a big one.
Yeah, recently, Sean Layden, who's the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment America, he has confirmed that Sony is looking into cross-platform play.
No, they're not.
This is what he said. He's like, we're hearing it. We're looking at a lot of possibilities. You can imagine
We're
that
hearing it, not
yeah.
listening.
You can imagine that the circumstances around that affect a lot more than just one game. I'm confident we'll get to a solution which will be understood and accepted by our gaming community, while at the same time supporting our business. Now, I trust him because I trust Sony. Hopefully they will able. I'm gonna trust them, but I am gonna be cautious because it's only with this issue that I'm cautious with them about. Nothing else. That's the thing.
But freelance will never get to play games together.
We have computers. We are literally planning a series where we play Portal 2. That's literally something that we're planning right now.
That's actually a thing.
That's actually a thing. And I'm hoping that they follow through with this because yeah, it'd be cool. I can't wait to play Fortnite with my friends because I play Fortnite.
I keep getting asked by my followers to play Fortnite.
Oh god, just tell them to fuck off.
It is to the point where I don't know what's wrong with them, but I'm gonna have to.
No, play it and just like I don't know, make it like a shitty video or something.
Make it so bad no one wants to see
Don't
it.
talk during it. Don't talk during it.
What
just
if
like
I just don't acknowledge that they keep asking me to play it?
No, just be a shitty Let's Player at that point. Like Fortnite, just go like, all right, I shot him. Oh, cool, I got him. Cool.
Got him.
You're just silent for like 70, 90% of it, instead of just like, oh, I died. Damn. And so people would just shut up and go like, okay, this isn't gonna be fun. Just like do that.
Got him.
Because honestly, yeah, dude, Fortnite just doesn't seem like a fun game to me. I don't know why I like PUBG more. I think it's because it's a lot more tactical.
My only thing is Fortnite actually has content.
Fortnite has content?
They add stuff to it.
I mean, so is PUBG.
Does PUBG actually make
They
regular
literally
uploads?
released a new map.
Oh.
And they are like having like monthly event things where like special things happen during certain games. Like I think there was one that was like co-op or something.
Maybe it's just the art style of Fortnite that draws me to it, honestly.
But I thought you
Except
don't like
that-
it.
I've never played it. I can't really say I don't like it if I haven't played it.
I've played it and I don't know, I just don't. It's not good. I think what I liked about PUBG or Fortnite is that PUBG has a first-person view as well, in case you need to aim carefully.
And I do like that. I like that you have the option to play first or third person.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so hopefully Sony fixes this.
Yeah.
Obviously they also care about, their player base. They want their player base to stay with them, obviously, but I don't think it's going to cost them all that much. Anyway. So let's go. So talking about consoles. Google is making a console, apparently.
Whoa. They're what now?
They're planning their own console. Google.
That sounds intense. Are they gonna have games for it?
I don't know. Let's see. Google is planning a platform that could take on Xbox and PlayStation. No. No one has. What's the word? No one has competed against PlayStation. No one has successfully competed against PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo since the Dreamcast came out.
They were the last ones to attempt it.
To successfully do it, but it still failed. Google, I'm sure, I am confident that they have the capability to do it. But considering how they manage certain sites, I doubt they're going to do it.
Yeah.
I doubt it's going to work. So, like, what I liked about what Atari is doing is like they aren't trying to compete with them. They just want to make a console. They just want to make a console that will play the games. You know?
Play the games.
Yeah. They just don't. They don't hope to compete against. you know, Xbox and PlayStation or Nintendo, because those are the greats. They can't be beat. They seriously can't. They're
Like Nintendo's proven they will withhold and stand against the test of time, and it's just gonna be that way. Like
yeah.
no one nowadays tries to knock down who's around. They just try to join in on the team.
Yeah. But yeah, like they're one of the only companies that could probably do it and get it right because they have the money and the capability. But I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think they're gonna succeed in making something that would take on Xbox and PlayStation like that. Because people are so used to PlayStation and Xbox, it's hard to just change the status quo, you know?
Yeah, it's, people know they're gonna be there. People expect to see content from Sony or Xbox or.
Well, I mean, do they from
content
Xbox?
From Sony and Nintendo. I don't think anybody at this point expects content from Xbox. If you do, rethink your life choices.
But yeah, so it's just like them and Apple could probably make a console. But even then, with Apple, it's probably going to be extremely expensive.
Apple's falling apart.
Apple is falling apart.
I wouldn't count Apple in on anything. I pulled all my investments out of Apple.
Did you have investments in Apple?
I did, and they're all now not in that.
Huh.
Because I was not really feeling that they were doing what they needed to.
Yeah, I agree. I'm bored of this game. I want to switch games.
Bored of this game, I'll play a different one.
Let's see. Let's play Bully. Let's play Bully. You ever play Bully?
Oh.
It's a Rockstar
Father
game.
Simulator 2018?
Hmm?
Father Simulator 2018?
No, Bully.
No bully. I thought we were a no bully zone.
No bowling. No, the game's called Bully.
Oh. Oh, that game.
Yeah.
Kick the shit out of everybody. It's funny for me.
What do you think? What do you think I'm here to do?
It's funny to me.
It's funny to me. Make me laugh. They're never gonna make another one.
Nobody ever wants to make Heavy laugh.
So,
You are dead.
yeah, so move on to. Let's see. Do I have anything else? All right. So there was a little talk about. I remember seeing some talk on Twitter about art styles, and let me ask you, what do you think of like realistic art styles? Do you think they're boring?
I honestly prefer a bit of realism in my art.
I like either.
I like them to look some semblance of realistic, so it's more relatable when it looks like it could be a real thing. I don't like the art styles that do very harsh, sharp lines. It looks almost like you just cranked the sharpness up in your Photoshop or Illustrator.
Yeah, like games like Crazy
And
Dawn
don't like
look
the,
amazing.
I don't like heavy highlighted colors that look so surrealist that it takes away from the art. I can't relate to this because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Heavily highlighted colors? What do you mean?
I'll DM you something that I saw earlier. I'll show you.
It's funny because I remember seeing someone saying like, I like Skyrim's art style over The Witcher's because The Witcher's looks too happy. And I posted up pictures like Witcher 3, happiness, and then a face of someone like going like, makes me think. Because Witcher 3 is the least happy world I've ever seen.
There, like this, where the shading is just not even any semblance realistic. Nothing about this has any semblance of realism to it at all. It makes no sense.
I'm sorry, I just saw the picture of spare or shoot deviant motherfucker.
Spare or shoot deviant motherfucker? Oh, that one, yeah, that one's the best picture ever. That's a concept of a great art style.
Oh, I was talking about like art. I was talking about like art styles in video games.
Oh, that's subjective to how the video game plays more than anything. Does the art style work to the game?
Like I think it's people talking like realistic to cell shaded or like something like that. Like
Oh, no, that's a complete game by game basis. You can't just say one or the other, because depending like.
Honestly, I find nothing wrong with the picture you just sent me.
That's like comparing. There's a lot wrong with that.
I see two things are great.
It's because you It's because you. But from an artistic standpoint, there's a lot wrong with that pick.
Beating up adults, motherfucker. I'm out.
I'm out. But no, that's like
Just
trying to
punched an
compare
adult
art
and I
styles
left.
weird. No, like if you're explaining art styles like that, that's like trying to compare Fortnite to PUBG on an artistic standpoint. You can't, because the art styles work in both ways for the game genre. But like to try and take like PUBG's art style and put that to, say, World of Warcraft, I don't think would give it the same feel. I don't think an art style like that would work in the medium art World of Warcraft has. And you can see that with games that never really get to or will become nearly as large as WoW's ever been. Because to put such a realistic and high quality art style to a game like that takes away from performance. And if the game doesn't perform, the gameplay suffers to the need of aesthetic. And if your game's only selling point is it looks really, really good, it's got photorealistic graphics. Okay, well, why do I want to play your game? If I wanted photorealistic graphics, I'd walk outside. If your
I
game
don't know. I don't
is
like the graphics
shit,
of real
it's
life.
not worth the graphics.
Real life graphic. I don't know. Real life is. The render distance isn't that great.
I don't know. Well, it depends on where you live, I guess, if your render distance is really good. So right now, the render distance in Ohio is kind of... Well, it's actually, no, it's pretty good. I gotta say, if there's one thing Ohio has, it's really good render. And there's no well, no, there's a slight performance hit. For me, it's a major performance hit, but I run on a potato.
Do you remember that thing
Here,
where it's just
a
like,
potato
your eyes
on
can
my
only
OS.
see 60 frames per second.
Ah, need better eyes.
Eyes can't see 60 frames per second. It's like, that's a lie. I can tell.
I can see 144 frames a second. Oh, just talk.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's something like they found realistic art styles boring. It's like,
I would disagree.
like
I'll-
games like
Allow
Witcher.
me to slightly disagree with that statement.
Whoa, are you mansplaining to me?
No, I'm slightly disagreeing with what you had to say.
No, I.
Well, you
Oh
do
God, the
you.
cops! The cops!
You do you and believe what you need to believe.
Yeah, no, games like The Witcher 3 and Horizon Zero Dawn are gorgeous and have very
Gorgeous.
realistic looks to them.
But what about Father Simulator 2018?
That, yeah, also, that's the same. Kind of
What
the same
about
kind
the
of thing.
new Pokemon game?
I
What
mean,
about
that's.
Super Smash Brothers? What about Breath of the Wild?
I mean, who plays
what
those?
about
Who
Mario
plays
Odyssey?
those shitty games anyway?
Too cartoony, not realistic enough.
Not,
Zero
not
to-
too much water.
literally unplayable.
Too much water.
6.5 out of 10, too much water. IGN, go home. A game journalism in general, go home, rethink.
Unless
your
it's niche
life.
gamer or game company or like journalist sites that actually talk about games. One of the reasons I've stopped using Kotaku and I've stopped using like Polygon as sources because they don't talk about games anymore.
They don't. They talk about crap.
Niche gamer talk about games.
That would be
That's-
blasphemy.
That's why I use these. That's why I use that site. Anyway, I guess I have one more piece of news, or unless I have something else on the
With
docket.
more. What's the news? Doctor,
Yeah,
doctor,
this is
tell me
new.
the news.
This was new news on Niche Gamer. So I don't know if you ever heard of a game called Warframe.
I have a game called Warframe installed on my computer.
Have you played it yet?
No.
It's a very weird game. Trust me when I say it's a weird game. It's a lot to get used to, but there's gonna be a Switch port for it.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, you can play on. You can be a space ninja on the go.
On the go.
And anyone who hasn't played it but has a Switch, I would suggest getting it because it's first of all it's free. Think of like Destiny, except better controls and it feels better and it feels cooler, and it's free.
And it's free.
And the only microtransactions are either like to get new stuff more or to like, just cosmetics. It's mostly cosmetics that are just like they're the microtransactions.
That's how any microtransaction should be, is purely cosmetic. Except in the case of like things like the WoW token and the RuneScape bond, because those things prevent gold farming.
Yeah.
So in that case, that's the only other thing besides anything cosmetic, which for World of Warcraft and RuneScape, everything is cosmetic. Except in the case of bonus experience. But that's fine. I don't mind bonus experience if I want to. Oh, actually.
Yeah, but Warframe has some really cool cosmetics, man. Like laser scarves.
Laser scarves.
Yeah. Or I guess holographic scarves. But either scarves that aren't made of fabric. They're fucking cool and they look cool.
Fucking cool, man. Fucking cool.
Warframe is really cool. Like I need to get back into it because it's, I mean, yeah, it's free. It's a fucking cool ass game for free. And it's one of those games that doesn't take advantage of you. They just want to make a good fucking game. And there's lots of new content. So yeah, anyone who has a Switch, I would suggest getting this game. Give it a shot. Anyway, I think that just about does it. Do you have anything to talk about?
That's about it for me.
Oh wait, I have one more thing.
What do you got?
Two best friends are doing Detroit Become Human again.
Oh boy.
And to commemorate this, I decided to get a new bingo card.
A new bingo card.
I talked with Specs about like, hey, maybe this one or maybe this one. I looked at him and was like, just trying to get like an opinion on them, and I eventually decided on one. It's called the Sadness Returns bingo card.
Sadness Return.
I will put it on the screen just to show it. This is the current one I got.
Let's go over this. I want to see what do we got going on here.
So yeah, so here we have. Let me expand it so I can read it. Sexual harassment, assault, or sexual assault or harassment towards Android twice for bonus points.
Ooh.
There's a square that just says one of these will be much worse than expected. Noble poverty and kids don't hate robots. Blade Runner reference and theft. Ridiculous.
Blade Runner.
Yeah. Ridiculously huge apartment.
There's gonna definitely be one of those.
Robo slurs.
Oh. Is this for the second playthrough? Now, do things heavily change, or you just play through picking different options?
Yeah, they're just going through picking different options.
Okay.
So
chances are
there are some similar things from the last bingo card I used, but this is a different bingo card. I just wanted to pick one that had some of the similar things.
Is the free space still an actually good scene, or did they make that?
Yeah, we'll get to that. Important android has a biblical name.
Oh boy.
That's not how people talk.
That one's gonna get checked off again.
A major character is a robo trader.
Oh boy. Can't expect that to happen after seeing the game the first time.
The last bingo card had zero chemistry romance, but this one takes it a step further. Zero chemistry straight romance.
Ooh.
Let's see. Android hate crime ignored by the bad humans.
Oh boy. Not hate crimes.
Yes, hate crimes.
Hate crimes.
Androids are made from dead humans.
Are they though?
No. So that's never going to get checked off. The free space is an actually great scene. So yes, it's still the good scene card. The square. Unintended racism. White android makes slavery comment to black man. Forced robo LBTQ characters. Reference to past game. Robot birth. Robirth. Good humans join revolution. Human in love with robot. Any form of collective consciousness. a physical kill switch, magic supernatural, but it's actually technology, generic dance music, and terrible French gremlin voice. Which reminds me, I do need to do Heavy Rain, because that is filled with fucking terrible French gremlin voices.
Oh boy.
Even though it's supposed to take place in Philadelphia.
Oh boy.
Or Pennsylvania. Which reminds me, I will eventually be streaming Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. That's gonna be a fun time, isn't it?
That sounds like it potentially.
I'm definitely gonna be shitting on him. Anyway, yeah. So that is it, and I'm going to put up the current card I have, which is of episode 2, and already we have a pretty good amount of squares. I can already see myself getting at least 1 to 2 bingos. Like, I'm looking up and down one, and already there are 2 squares that'll probably happen within the next few episodes. Be there, Specs?
I'm still here.
Okay. So yeah, so looking forward to that. Probably won't make as much a big deal of it as did last time, because this is just another playthrough. But yeah, anyone who hasn't already seen the first playthrough, I would suggest doing it. It's funny. They are funny people.
I've always had deep admiration for these guys. They're pretty funny.
Yeah. Anyway, that is it. So yeah, you can follow Specs on Twitter and also on YouTube.
Yep, hit that subscribe button.
Smash that like that smash button.
Yep.
And
that smash button.
if you're watching this on my Twitch channel or my YouTube channel, you already know where to find me. Sadly, Drew cannot be here for some reason. I still have not gotten a message back from him.
To be fair, it is Magic 2019 pre-release weekend.
Oh, he should have told us that.
Probably should have fucking said something, and if his bitch ass was gonna go play Magic the
Motherfucking
Gathering,
piece of shit, gay piece ass.
Piece of shit.
Piece of ass.
Bust a cap in his asshole.
Yep.
And then you can bust your dick in his ass.
Yeah, I will bust my dick